You say when Labour leads, Belgium succeed. Well, here we now, this the people grieve. Hello! Oh yeah! When Labour leads, Belgians bleed. When Labour leads, we find we knees. When MIA leads, we don't believe. Same old talk, same old scene. When Labour leads, Belgians bleed. When Labour leads, no room to breathe. When MIA leads, we can't achieve. Tell them no, the people grieve. Say progress, but who it feed? Promise sweet, but none succeed. Small man strain can't meet he need. Tell me again who really lead. Bills climb high, hope get lean. Talk sound good, but life still mean. Every day we toil and dream, still waiting on that brighter gleam. When Labour leads, Belgians bleed. When Labour leads, we found we need. When MIA leads, we don't believe. Same old talk, same old scene. When Labour leads, Belgians bleed. When Labour leads, no room to breathe. When MIA leads, we can't achieve. Tell them now the people grieve. Forward, forward, but who we
ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard the national anthem of Barbados, and I'm holding in my hand the national flag of Barbados. A pleasant good evening to you again, and welcome to the Marcia Weekes Show. This is indeed a great, great night. We are excited to have you. We are coming to you live from Barbados. And oh my goodness, we have a very, very strong show tonight. And so I'm going to ask you all to like and share, because what we have to share tonight, I can tell you, you're going to have some people on the other side that are going to want to report this YouTube channel tonight, because we're going to deal with some real issues tonight. We're going to deal with some facts. We're going to deal with some facts tonight. From DLP to BLP, do the allegations still matter? Are we going to go into the allegations tonight? Yes? A lot of things you all forget. We're going to dig it up. And we want to ask the Prime Minister some questions. We have about 7 questions we have to ask the Prime Minister tonight. And so we don't want you to miss anything. So right now, from in the early, this is going to be some bombshell stuff that's going to drop tonight. Okay, we are going to dig deep into a move that has shocked Barbadian politics. Some people say they're not shocked. Former DLP Vice President and longtime Housing Minister MICHAEL LASHLEY being warmly embraced by the BLP and MIA MOTTLEY. What does it say when one party absorbs the opposition's senior figure? He was a senior vice president. Yeah, he was a vice president. Is one party truly different from the next? A lot of Barbadians want to know that. We're going to discuss that tonight, and we want you to call in. Call in at 9 o'clock, and I'm making sure that everything is set up for us to hear your thoughts. We revisit tonight the 2013-2018 Public Accounts Committee report. Anybody remember that report? On the operations of the National Housing Corporation and the Ministry of Housing and Lands under Lashley. The PAC or the PAC found serious misconduct, advances of millions to the ministry without parliamentary approval, a letter signed by Lashley. It's allegedly that this letter was signed by Lashley, claiming a cabinet decision that never occurred. Contracts executed without board or cabinet oversight. These are the allegations that MIA MOTTLEY and the PAC made concerning or against MICHAEL LASHLEY. We're asking some serious questions tonight. Now, the man behind those findings appears in a new camp. Should the voter ignore the past? Are these corruption allegations swept away by political convenience? What is Prime Minister MIA MOTTLEY saying to Barbadians about this alignment? You want to know what she's saying? Anybody out there would love to know? So we're asking you to join us tonight for an urgent conversation. We're going to have a conversation tonight about trust, accountability, and whether new politics is simply the same old story in a different uniform. Is it the same old story in a different uniform? What is happening tonight? What is happening in Barbados politics? And on this show, we're going to go deep tonight. We're going back into the PAC when Prime Minister Motley was opposition leader. And while Fronda Stewart allowed her, nobody bothered her from conducting the PAC as the opposition leader. However, now we know We know now that the opposition leader, Rob Thorne, is being hindered from conducting meetings and from setting the agenda for the PAC. My goodness, lots of questions to ask, and we're going into them tonight. So you know how it goes with us. And I want to give everybody forewarning. You know what happens when we start to get deep. They start to report the page. If right now, there are 530 of you watching, and I need all 530 to like the page. Are you watching on Facebook? Are you watching on YouTube? Like, please, like. Stop and like the page so that we already are signaling the algorithm. Yes? That we like this. Whatever they're going to come with, it's going to be a lie. Right? And we will outnumber them. Yes? We're going to outnumber them tonight. Let me take tonight the time to welcome Lucinda Aline. Welcome, Lucinda. Welcome, Randall, Monica, Bajan to the bone. Hey, Teroni, how you doing? I missed you, Teroni, yesterday at the march. Judy Jills, we chatted. I know that you weren't able to come. You had your clothes laid out, though. Marcia Miller, good to have seen you. Matthew B passed by but couldn't stay. Vernon Garnes, good night. CG, hey CG, oh my goodness, those new placards that we had, and we had to put it on the side of the truck. I love them, girl. You do a great job. Ronald Archer, Tanisha Ford, Gwendolyn Kinch, how you doing, girl? Jacqueline Ward, Jackie, I didn't see you yesterday. Marva Hunt, Lori Bob. Oh my Lord, these are people here, you know. Carol, Mavis Lashley. How you all doing? I am a big girl. I am a big girl. How you doing? I am a big girl. Did I see you yesterday? I am trying to remember if it's you. I don't know you by that name. Shirley, Celia Mason. Ooh, Judith and Clark. How are you doing, my sister? Oh my goodness, Dinah Husbands. Listen, are you all sharing up this live? Sherry, Sylvia Rock. How is everybody doing? Yes, we have to go into what we have to talk about, Tanisha, tonight. But Jeremiah Ben. Oh goodness, Andrea Critchlow. Did I miss somebody? Tammy. Yes. Dalton Spencer. Hey, Dalton. I think I saw you yesterday. I was wrong, Dalton. Sandra Watkins. Chris Brewster. Hey. Mary Simpson. Hello. Hogan Yalu. I have not seen that name in a long time. Marva Hunt. John Clark, how are you? Hi, Andrea Moore. Humble Soul. Lovell, how are you doing? Marva Hunt. Patricia Green. Salt bread. These names are looking a little different. They have a number to them or something. See, I know the names on here, and they're looking a little different. That's why I was going so slow. But I tell you, we are one big family. And let's say a big good night to Dave Weekes, the man called Dave Weekes, who is holding up the fence and the poles and everything, making sure everything happened back there. Thank you so much, Dave. We appreciate you so very much. Now, before I go into tonight, we're going to start this from DLP to BLP. Do the allegations still matter? We're going to look at that at 8 p.m. tonight. But before we get into that, I really want to talk a little bit with you about Jamaica. What's happening in Jamaica? Then we're going to talk about an event that some young people in Barbados are planning. And Janine Butcher is going to come on to talk about that at 7:30. And then at 8, 5 to 8, we're going to go right into, until the rest of the night, we're going to jump into this other topic, right? But Jamaica is at the moment been told that they are going to experience a hurricane that is greater in strength than Gilbert. And let me tell you, Gilbert was horrible. The roofs were gone in Jamaica. And I remember I was out the island and came home and saw my entire roof of my house was gone. All my certificates were gone. And most people in that community did not have any, electricity. We went on no electricity for months. We had to be eating a lot of corned beef and tin stuff, right? And yeah, they're saying that it's going to be a category 4 or 5, and that it's going very, very slow and will be sitting over certain parishes. One of the parishes is St. Catherine, where I'm from. So I'm just praying for my family there. And you see people are, putting together water. They're fixing their roofs. I don't know. These are just pictures, Dave. Probably nothing for us to listen to. So this is what's happening. Whoa, this is some water that people are walking in water with a little plastic bag. So they're probably moving out of their home. And so we want to remember Jamaica. Wow, in prayer, the rains have started. Look at this, folks. So they're saying that it's going to sit on them until Tuesday. It's going very, very slow. Oh, yes, I'm a big girl. Said they prayed for Jamaica today at church. Yes, we remember each other in prayer. I want to thank my Guyanese viewer, a wonderful lady. Oh, this lady is so beautiful in her spirit. I really, really love this woman, and she called. She said, Marcia, we need to start collecting, non-perishables for Jamaica. The challenge that we don't have anywhere at the moment to store them over a long period of time, and so we would have to work that out. But I promise you, by God's grace, by now and tomorrow evening, we will try to organize ourselves. But I want to say to you that if you are feeling in your heart that you want to put some stuff away for the people in Jamaica, you can start doing that. And then if we need to, let's hope we don't need to send anything, but if we need to, that we'll be ready come Monday evening, Tuesday evening, to get with the program and get to prepare. I'm getting in touch with the Jamaica Barbados Association. I've called them tonight. I know that they called back, but I was getting ready to come on the show, so I don't have all the information for all of us tonight. But I'm going to stay in touch with the Jamaica Barbados Association, and just we're going to work together with them if we need to send any kind of relief, anything that we need to send to Jamaica, if that that time comes. And we're praying that that is not so. So our thoughts and our prayers are with Jamaica. Sean is saying that they're praying for the safety. Somebody else saying they prayed for Jamaica today in church. Yes. Hi, Sonia Perch. Yes. So we continue to pray tonight before you go to bed. Remember that there are people in Jamaica, who right now they don't know what's going to happen. I was supposed to have had a guest on from Jamaica tonight at 7:15, but we decided to put it back. Even though he has Wi-Fi now, he's experiencing a lot of rain, and we don't know if the Wi-Fi might go in the middle. And plus, this is not the time to be doing a show. It's best for them to just be focused on what's happening on the outside and so on. Okay, so Keith, yes, our thoughts and prayers are with Jamaica tonight. Okay. Now, let's move on to the march. Now that we had our miraculous march, and that march, I tell you, was indeed miraculous. indeed miraculous. And the reason I say I call it miraculous, I told you all the testimony of it, how it's in the 11th hour that things turned around for us and we were able to get the permit. And I want to say a huge, huge thank you to the commissioner's office and to those in the Bridgetown division. You know who you are, that stayed back and made sure that we got the permit. And I tell you, the police there, I want to salute you tonight. I salute the police because they know we're law abiding citizens. And they know one thing with the loyal opposition: we will never convene a meeting without a permit. I can promise the police that. I know there'll be time for civil disobedience, and at that time we won't even write to ask your permission, because we know what we're going to do. Those times will come. But if we're doing a protest, a regular protest, or having a meeting, it needs a loud noise permit. Am I saying that correct? And they know that the loyal opposition, the Marcia Weekes Show, how we do things over the last 2.5 years, we go to them and we abide by the laws of the land. That's the only way to go. Yes. So we are grateful to the police for giving us a permit. And I tell you, we had an amazing time on the road. I'm looking, I think I probably left it in the car. I wanted to show you what I had. If Dave, I don't know, I more than likely left it in the car. But I was walking with a bottle of water, and a couple of us, water from St. Lucie, and educating people about this bottle of water that is from St. Lucie. A lot of them were so shocked. I offered them, I would go up to them and I said, can I offer you something to drink? And they would, some people would reach for it. And I said, this is some water. And then they would jump back and like, water? Right? And I said, this is the water from St. Lucie. And we educated tourists and let them take pictures of it. And they thought that it was so bad that we have to, the people in Barbados getting that as drinking water, a lot of tourists. And I made sure I went to tourists because I want them. That's the only way the government responds, because the people in St. Lucie are just not, are below. It's almost like they're below them. It's only when tourists are involved. Shirley, you saw me with the water. Where did you see me with the water? It's only when tourists are involved, then they believe that they need to do something about it. You'll hear, oh my God, even the tourists are affected. Can you imagine if the tourists came here to Barbados in one of their big hotels that they have here, and they turn on the tap and they want to bathe, and that is the water that comes out? You know what would be happening? You know what would be happening if that is what happened? And that's why I went to the tourists, because they don't want the tourists to know that there are parishes in Barbados that are suffering in that manner. Oh, you saw me on YouTube. I don't even know, because I don't even have a clip to show tonight because I know our editor is editing, right? But the march was very powerful, very effective. We have a great speech from somebody from St. Lucie that we are going to share with you, that speech tomorrow night, that occurred right there in the park, in Independence Square. Yes. And so we're going to share that with you tomorrow night, because the edit wasn't finished as yet. All right. So you'll be able to see that. But it was wonderful seeing everybody there. It was great. The truck sounded amazing, and people could hear the truck from as far away as possible. They could hear the truck, man. Charlie from Alpha 24. Yay. Thank you very much. And do you know that some of the bottles of water that we had, yes, thank you, Dave to the rescue. So this is it, guys. I have in my hand, in my possession, a bottle of water, from St. Lucie, and I was showing this to people, and I'm keeping this in my house. Some of the water, they get a sediment at the bottom. Yeah, we had one, and Shakwani had one till in the evening, and it developed something at the bottom of it. Yes, I thought it was a powerful march yesterday. Real powerful. The next one is going to be on November 8th. Don't forget it. We've got to come out, folks. November 8th is going to be our next march. November 8th. Look at it, folks. Look at it. And there were people on the side of the road who were telling us a lot of stories, their stories of St. Lucie. And this time we had an audience. We had an audience at the market, Cheapside Market. We had an audience right there at Bionic Man shop. The people come out right there, and they were there listening and nodding and being involved with us. And we had an audience for sure at Cave Shepherd. We stayed there a little bit, thanks to Michelle. Michelle spoke again. Michelle, oh my goodness, Michelle worked so hard. And Mark also worked very hard from St. Lucie on that truck. You know, I spoke a little bit, but I try not to do too much of the speaking out there. I leave that for others. But I fill in where nobody, if we don't have enough people, then I fill in. And Apostle could not come. He had a little emergency and he could not make it. Yeah, it looks like Mobby. It looks like Mobby. You know, we saw water like this, Sean Cool, coming out of people's tap. Well, I actually have a bottle of it that came up straight from St. Lucie yesterday morning. Yeah, somebody said, looks like Jobby water. Yeah, actually, the water that Shaquani had, when it settled by yesterday evening, like about 5 o'clock, we were getting something to eat, and we look under the bottom. It looks almost, it looks like, you know, yeah, Jobby at the bottom there. Yeah. Yes, Michelle did a great job. Come on, everybody, give a clap there for Michelle. Give a clap there for Michelle. And St. Lucie, we with you. We with you, St. Lucie. This is a national issue. This is thanks to Dunksman and all of the other influencers who are making the St. Lucie water issue. Stephanie Chase and D2 and all of the influencers, regardless of where we think they fall. They came up for St. Lucie water, though. They did. Thanks to Bajan Puppet. Yeah, our friend who does that. Thank you. And I'm just saying thank you on behalf of St. Lucie, because this is what happens when we join together, right? When we come together, put all of our resources together. This is what we get, right? Well, folks, I was sitting home and something came in my inbox. Let me take this off because we're not talking about this just yet. Now, you're going to see a young lady who you see on our program all the time. And this young lady, I tell you, when I met her, she was always, to me, it appeared to me, wanted to be in the background. And I remember meeting her at Roadside Parliament. You see the smile on my face. You know how I love young people. It's the same thing with Kimar. When Kimar came on here, I just gave him the platform. When with Theory, the same thing. I know some of you want to beat up on Theory because Theory don't want to vote. But Miss McLean and I, we're working on him. Theory, we have Don, we have Timon, that group. And I remember saying to this young lady who is going to come on, I just saw her at our first Roadside Parliament. She was there. And I gave her a ride home. And in my heart, I felt this is a leader in the making. There was something about her. Just met the young lady, dropped her home, said nothing to anybody, but something in my heart telling me this young lady is a leader. And then I remember we had to do some presentations on the cybercrime bill. And I said to her, would you think about doing a presentation on the cybercrime bill? And I know, oh my God, she was so scared about the whole thing. And I think she told me no, I can't remember. But then I pursued her because I knew that there was something inside of her And so she did it. Then the other day, I mean, and then every now and again, you will see her on the show because trust me, I'm dragging them. Come on, because I want them to practice public speaking, want them to, you know, get in front of a camera. And so on. And you will see I had Shaquani when I was out the island. Her and Shaquani, they were hanging in there with Dr. Ferdinand. It's all about training and teaching and mentoring. And then all of a sudden, I was told this young lady is a leader of the Young Dems. And I'm thinking, what? She's a leader of the Young Dems. This same young lady who would not open her mouth, and I felt like she was in the background. She was pushing Kimar. She was pushing Shaquani. She wanted other people to go forward. Every time I ask her, no, ask Kimar. Here is Kimar's number. Here is Shaquani. Here is this. Here is this. Try Dawn Marie. Try this. Never herself. Never about pushing herself, I tell you. But I saw this little song come out. Dave, do you have the one that is the animation, Dave? Yeah, just the full song. We're gonna play this little song, and you tell me what you think of this little song that's gonna come out. You know, I got to play it.
Sits and moving, one DLP. Sits and moving, sits and moving, sits and moving, sits and moving, one DLP. Sits and moving, sits and moving. Yellow is the code, determination in mode. Young Dems rise up, we carrying below. Future in we hands, Barbados we see. Sits and moving, jump on the DLP. Sits and moving, there we push the bus. One DLP, moving on with us. Together as one, we can take the fight. Sits and moving, the future bright. Following and not your eyes on the prize. No time to waste, energy strong. We setting the pace from the block to the hill, from the coast to the town. One DLP, we can hold it down. Sits and moving, let we push the bus. One DLP, moving on with us. Together as one, we can take the fight. Sits and moving, the future bright. New ideas, fresh minds. We bringing the flame, Barbados future. We changing the game. Every street, every parish, everybody see. Young Dems leading, we claiming victory. Yeah, sits in the bus, sits in the hall. Together we rise, we answer the call. From east to west, let the people know. One DLP, we ready to go. Sits and moving, let we push the bus. One DLP, moving on with us. Together as one, we can take the fight. Sits and moving, the future bright. Oh, we are not just who got the energy. Who we riding? Loyal peoples, future clear, Barbados strong. One DLP, we all be on. Sits and moving, let the people see. Give us on the road, full speed we be. No stopping now, we answer the call. One DLP, one family standing tall. Sits are moving, sits are moving, sits are moving. One DLP, sits are moving, sits are moving, sits are moving, sits are moving. Young Dems pushing, sits are moving, sits are moving.
Oh my gosh, I tell you, oh Lord, and there she is, Good night, Janine. Dave, could you keep it there for me on the right? Put it on the right there for me. Good night, Janine.
Hi, good night, Marcia. Good night to all your position.
My goodness, Janine, the people are, let me read some of the things to encourage you, because I know as a young person, you need that encouragement. And can we encourage her tonight? Do you like this song? Do you like what these young people are doing? Please, please, because they get a lot of criticism, all right? They get a lot of criticism, and because everybody likes to dump on them. And so I want to celebrate in the same way I celebrated Kimar, the same way I celebrated Timon. And Timon, as you know, Janine, Timon, it was part of our group as well, and it's part of our group. And he went to Washington. You didn't go to Washington, but Timon and Shakwani went to Washington from our group, right?
Yes.
We have a little WhatsApp group there, and Timon is not even part of a party. Terry is not a part of a party. Terry is part of that group. And so people need to understand what it is that we're doing. We are about inspiring leadership. And at no time did I never even talked to you about running for no young Dems or anything like that. I don't even know the structure of your party. But anyway, I just want, guys, if you like what they're doing, I want you to send her a little encouragement. Being in politics is not easy, right? So I'm protecting her tonight. Lovely song and true song, DLP to the world. Well done. You're hearing those? Right? Don't be nervous. You're hearing them. They
Yes,
said,
I am.
"Wow." Yes. Somebody said, "Wow, how can people say the DLP ain't ready?" I love it. Real innovation from these young Dems. Oh, somebody says song is a hit. And somebody said the tune sweet. Once they hear that, it's a certain age, when they say the tune, Somebody said, "Oh, I saw this, love it." And they said there's one with a real bus too. And we will play a little bit of that before we're done. Sweet, sweet. Tune bad. Somebody said keep rolling. Somebody said love it, DLP. Sweet song. Love this song. It's very catchy. You go, girl. You hear that? Lovely song. Oh, somebody said commenting on the video that the video was well done. Yes. And the sweet song keep moving. Marva Hunt said, "Good night, Janine, supporting you young Dems." It's young people. I know you all love to dump on the DLP, but please have mercy on the young Dems now. Don't mash them up. They're trying. Right? Somebody said, "Yes, I do love that. Love that song. A nice song." And Simply Patriot is asking you to like and share. Ramim is asking you to like and share. Okay. Now, Miss Janine, I don't understand. From the time I met you, and you were pushing everybody. I always say this one woman pushed everybody except herself. What caused you to decide you're going to put your name up to run for leadership of the young Dems?
So just like how you were pushing me in terms of the cybercrime bill, persons within the party saw the same thing that you were seeing and were asking me for a while, you should run for the Young Democrats. I was hesitant for a while, but since last year, then I began to start to think about it, and then I just decided. I didn't know if it was going to be successful or not, but I went into the election and it became successful.
Wow, excellent. I don't even know, because I mean, I every time I ask you about something, you still call somebody else's name. So I was totally surprised at the whole thing. And I when I think of you, I think of somebody who, it's like a match was lit and then a full fire came, inside of you. And I even saw how you blossom as you came on the show. And the theme that I have up is youth ignite. I should have ignited. That's the correct English. Let's correct that. Youth ignited for leadership, right? And when you hear something, the word ignite, how does that translate to you? What does that mean to you? Is that related to you, the word ignite?
Yes, most certainly. It has become who I am as an individual now. As even coming on the show, thanks to Loyal Opposition, you guys. Even last year, me and Shaquani would have been the host. That was given both of us much growth. And we're grateful to always come on to the show. We learn a lot from the show. We're good to be a part of the family. It's just saying no. We are a part of the Loyal Opposition family. And igniting is all about what my leadership is, even within the Young Democrats, even from what people would have given to me, I'm now able to pass that on to persons. And it happens to also be our team. Coincidentally, we are having a youth weekend coming up, and it's called Youth Ignite Weekend as well.
Youth Ignite Weekend. And I think Dave has a flyer for that. And tell me about that weekend and how it. Well, first of all, when did you get the leadership? When did they vote you in? Because I didn't even know when the vote happened. When did that happen?
So that would have occurred in July. So the party normally has a conference in August. So voting normally comes off between, they're supposed to finish in June, but sometimes they get delayed way to go on into July. So it was July, you can't do nothing much in between. There's crop over and stuff like that. And then it's focused on the party's conference. So I really did only work in like the end of August, beginning of September.
Yes. Right. And tell me how that process has been to to get to this point that you decided you wanted to have this this, because it's this, from what I'm seeing, and what is this something, is this a DLP thing, or is it a national thing? Explain to me what it is.
So the flyer that you currently have up, I'm not sure if Mr. Weekes has the other one, but we can start with that.
He's gonna get that very soon. So yes, but you continue.
Right. So we are having. So what would have happened is, being in the party, or as being a young person on a whole, I wanted to see different stuff coming out. So I would have brought some of my ideas, and then when we would have met as a team the first time at the end of August, some of the persons would have also brought some of their ideas, and in that one meeting, to be quite honest, we would have dished out a lot of ideas, and then when we continue to meet, is just basically to execute them. We also get some outside help. It doesn't have to be a party person. So if anyone, even in the loyal opposition, wants to assist us, you don't have to be a member of the party or anything like that. All you have to want is better for Barbados, similar to what Mrs. Weekes does here on the show. And so this event that you're currently looking at, this is our National Youth Rally that's coming off on November 8th at Savvy on the Bay. All of our events are actually happening on Savvy on the Bay.
At Savvy, you mean Savvy on the Bay?
Yes, please.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think Dave has the flyer that will have, everything on it. So you are at Savvy, because I don't know of political, well, you said it's not political, it's a national youth leadership event. And it's coming off at Savvy on the Bay.
Yes, please.
Wow. That is amazing. And I'm waiting for Dave to put up the full flyer, and then you walk us through each of the event. People are asking to play this song again. We're gonna play it again. It's a young them song. It's not your song. It's young people's song. The old people can dance to the song too. Janine.
Most certainly, for everybody.
Listen. Please play that song again. Listen. Well, and Hugh Howard said the future of the DLP is looking bright and brighter with these young people. Yes. Somebody said they saw that it was at Savvy. Okay, somebody's following your stuff.
Yes, please.
Wow, this is it. This is the one we want to talk about first. So walk us through this one, Janine.
Right. So loyal opposition and all Barbadians, we Young Democrats will host a Youth Ignite weekend coming off from the 7th to the 9th of November. So we're going to start and all events are happening at Savvy on the Bay. So we're going to start on the 7th with a youth lime entitled Tech Charge. That comes off from 7 p.m. until everyone is ready to go home. There's going to be music, food and drinks are on sale. It's just to have a real good time with camaraderie, and just coming together like a mix and mingle. On the Saturday, we then go into more serious business in terms of a national youth rally, and that team is Youth Already Standing on Business. That happens on Saturday, November 8th, 2025 at 5 o'clock p.m. at Sabion Bay. And at this event, actually, when the flyer comes up, I'm going to tell you, because we do have some international speakers. I'm also another person who is not a young Democrat, but a youth advocate who just wants the best for Barbados. And we do have some young Democrat speakers as well. And the political leader of the Democratic Labour Party, Mr. Thorne, will also address this meeting as well.
So hold a second. Let's go into this one a little bit there, Dave. Back to the one on because you have some international speakers. Listen, she not playing. No. This little one, then Jamaica, we say she little, but she talawa. I do understand where Mr. Thorne and all of them get you from. You have people coming in. Oh, wait, Dave, make this bigger for me. Is this, I'm seeing it, this is the same young lady, because you guys became friends, right? Because you were on the show with Valerie, David, we can't see it properly, Dave. We can't see it properly. Let me wait. Valerie Githine and Valentine Githe, and she was a panelist on this show when you guys were on the show.
Yes, please.
And you made friends with her, and so she is coming in from Kenya.
Yes, she is.
Wow, she is a Kenyan, guys, and so what is she coming to talk about here?
So she's coming to, as you guys would have seen her on the show, talking about the issues that are happening in Kenya. Even becoming close and talking, we would have recognized that these issues also affect us here in Barbados. So she's coming to talk on a global aspect of ways of the importance to vote, ways the importance that youth should stand up at a time like this. She really believes in youth empowerment. You guys can see how the Kenyans react. The youth are taking over in Kenya right now. So she's really on the ball with that.
I'm looking forward to that. Listen, I am. It's a Saturday. I don't have a show, so you can't put me out. Listen, people like young like me can come.
Of course, it's open to everyone. Other than you,
because I know Valentine, she gonna throw down there. I want to catch some of what those Kenyans have, because you remember my book. I gotta plug the book. So that's saying, actually, I got that from the Kenyans. So my book, When We Lose Our Fear, They Lose Their Power. She might just speak on this. I don't know, but I mean, she's gonna be powerful. And so she's coming in from Kenya, people. And wow, this is the profile of Valerie Githine. That's her there. Wow, Dave, where did you find that? Dave is something else. Wow. She was in the Kenya Times. Wow, the US-based Kenyan who called out Kagagwa for tribal politics. No, man, she's serious. And she's a young person. So you have young people in your church, at home. Make sure they're at this thing. Let them come and get ignited. This is not from what Janine is saying, this is a national event. It is not it's not a political rally, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's under the banner of the Young Democrats, but it's open to the entire public of Barbados. You need to come out and see what the youth has to say. It's a lot of things that are troubling us in Barbados right now, and we as the youth, we are the future of this country. A lot of the politicians currently are getting older, and we are the persons who have to make the decisions soon. Although we're taking direction from our elders, we do encourage you to come out and listen to the youth, and also come out, and even if you hear something that we say, you can also give us direction as well. So we are willing to learn, and we are willing to for you guys to come out and hear what we have to offer as well.
Yes. And you did say, you do have the Honorable Rob Thorne is going to be bringing some remarks there, but it's a youth that's going to be speaking, doing the big speaking. But you have somebody from Dominica?
Yes, please. This young lady, Shalikia Vidal, she's actually a young senator. She's 24 years old.
24 years old.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, sir. She's 24 years old and she's a senator.
Yes, she is.
In Dominica. Wow. And so she looks so innocent in the picture too. Listen, these young people, listen, you all excited? Anybody excited? Listen, you need to come out. You need to come out, folks. You need to come out. Dave, I don't know if as we go along you have the picture. I think that Janine would have sent you with all of them, just even the videos, and just play them without, so people can see the team, see Janine's team. And I think Dave might have that. You know, to see the team, your team that you work with, of young people. Listen, they're not easy. So tell us now about the Sunday.
Right. So the Sunday is going to be the National Youth Forum entitled Youth in Action. This will also include persons who are not a part of the Young Democrats, but as I said, we are encouraging young people to come and speak on issues that are
So this
affecting
is
them.
just regular Bajan young people coming to speak. To
Yes,
they make it, oh, okay,
we
wonderful.
also have some Young Democrats on there, of course, but we also are, as you said, we are pushing for youth on a whole. It's not only about the Democratic Labour Party's Young Democrats. We are the voice of the youth. That's what our slogan is for our year, to be the voice of the youth in Barbados. So we do have to encourage all young people to come on board.
Yes, 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 yes. And that's what's happening at the National Youth Forum, the Youth in Action, Sunday, November 9th. And all of this, and that one is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, please.
Okay, this Sunday afternoon. Well, you know, we just need to big up Mr. Kinch, you know, for being you know, just even allowing this to happen. That's very forward thinking of Mr. Kinch there at Savvy on the Bay,
Yeah.
for you know, for him to allow this to happen here. Wow, this is good. I agree. Stephen Strickland, I've been trying to find your number. I'm sorry, I have to greet. I want to please reach out to me. My phone is playing, giving trouble, and wasn't able. I was even trying to reach you yesterday, and so yes, and so please give me a call so I can get your number again. Believe it or not, that's what's happening with my phone. Don't ask me why, but I know, Mrs. Strickland, you would be very happy to see this. You are a Shakwani. Mr. Strickland is, you know, he loves Shakwani, man. Mrs. Strickland loves to see the young people stepping forward, and that is what is happening. And I am so excited tonight. And the reason I'm so excited is because it's the young people. And I'm going to support them. Yeah, let's play Seats Are Moving. I think Janine dropped out. So let's play. Can we play the actual video? Thank you so much. Okay, so it's muted. We're going to unmute it now. Thank you. Somehow it's still muted.
Barbados we see.
So we start from the top. So we're going to try that again from the very, very top, and where we get that technical stuff worked out. And Janine is back with us. Janine, you're back with us. And this is, are you excited about it?
Yes, most certainly. I'm very excited. This is a big weekend for the Young Democrats. And it's a big weekend for Barbados because you have a lot of youth that's going to be on one panel for a whole entire weekend. So I encourage everybody to come out.
Yes, yes. People are wishing you guys success. And I think it's wonderful. I love to see young people taking ownership and leadership. And when they're doing that, I support them. And if there are anytime I hear of that, you know, if there's a young arm in another party, do you have a young arm in any of the other parties, any of the third parties? Holler at me, please, because we're going to showcase everybody. All right. So if you are part of another party, and you have young people in that party, just call me. All right. And let's showcase them as well. All right. Yes, Patricia, it is wonderful. I know. I'm smiling ear to ear. Okay. Go ahead, Dave. Thank you so much. Okay, Dave. Thank you. I think you're having some challenges there, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it all ready for you. Yes. In the meantime, Janine, anything else you want to say to us?
Yes, most certainly. I want to encourage everybody. I just have to plug us here. I've never done this before on your show because I always be here on different capacity. But I want to encourage everyone to follow the Young Democrats pages. You can follow us on Instagram at Young Democrats Barbados 246, or you can follow us on Facebook at Young Democrats Barbados. So I encourage you to not only follow us but engage with us. If you have any information you can provide to us, you can message us on our email at youngdems246 at gmail.com as well. And any young person who wants to come on board Young Democrats, you are free to do so. You can even start by coming out to our events. You can start by just learning. If you want to just learn about politics, do volunteerism in terms of community projects, because we're about that as well. So we're not only about politics, and we encourage you to just come on board.
Yeah, there was a little one there in your home, and I met her, and she knew this song. Is she home? I don't have my phone to know if she's home, and she was singing the song, and she, oh, she loves that song. Is she anywhere around? Did your
Yeah,
mom say whether she could?
yeah. So I could send a link to them if you want me to.
Yes, yes. Send the link and let Dave. Are you ready? Okay, David. Oh man, David, you're a liar. We're having some challenges playing the song because the song is that good, you know. Somebody else saying you will do great. Folks, I want you to pray for them, okay? Pray for them, pray for the young people. This is a national event. I know Zico is also speaking at this event. Right, Janine? Zico is speaking at the event, and and he's not a part of the party. There are others who are not part of their, signed up for their a part of their party, who they're also speaking or doing something, and they've made it national. And I think it's a great time for them to be able to come together. And as you said, somebody's saying this is wonderful. I don't know why it's not playing, Dave. It's coming. Okay, it's coming. Okay. So, folks, wow, it's dropped out again. Keep them in prayer. Let me tell you, I believe, it's my belief. Not anybody. I'm not in the party, so I'm not speaking on behalf of the party at all. I believe that this party is affected in such an it's a spiritual thing that is happening with them, and it's good to see the young people coming out. So when you see the young people coming out, you've got to cover them. Dave, can you send me a message in the private chat, Dave, about the other one, what the issue is? Is there an issue with the other one, please? Yes, the one we played before. Yes, sir. Can you just give me a message in the chat? And that's the one we've been waiting on. And we'll play this other one last. Thank you so much. That's what the people want. Yes, Stephen Strickland is saying that Janine and Shaquani, they sound so much alike, he said, and that he loved the young men also. You will see the young men, a lot of them on the right. The animation is what we're looking for. The animation. Yeah. Yes, Marva. No, Janine, people who are listening, I know that you need help with other things, and I because you spoke to me today, I'm going to say something on your behalf. You know me, so you didn't ask me to ask, but I'm going to ask for you. All right, go ahead, Dave. Thank you so much.
Sits and moving, one DLP. Sits and moving, sits and moving, sits and moving, sits and moving, one DLP. Sits and moving, sits and moving. Yellow is the code, determination the mode. Young dems rise up, we carrying the load. Future in we hands, Barbados we see. Sits and moving, jump on the DLP. Sits and moving, there we push the bus. One DLP, moving on with us. Together as one, we can take the fight. Sits and moving, the future bright. Follow with a the eyes on the prize. No time to waste, energy strong. We setting the pace from the
Oh my,
Oh
I'm
my,
there
I'm there
watching.
watching.
And I didn't get I lost my cue because I'm watching all the animation, and I'm into film and stuff, and just seeing it. It's beautiful, Janine. You all did an amazing job.
Thank you, and thanks to the individual who did it for us.
Someone did it for you guys, and we say thanks to that person who did it for you all. But Janine, this, I know it's a lot of work, and you have to do a lot of fundraising, and asking, and all kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
To get this done.
Yes, most certainly.
Yes, wow, you're carrying a big one. Now you have that little one there who might be able to say something. That little one is ready.
Yes, I actually sent them the link. I'm not sure if they would have joined. You can.
Oh, yeah, she's here. She's here. Hello, hello, Anaya. She opened the. Hi, Anaya.
Hi. Good night.
Good night, Anaya. Dave, if you could put back the seats and moving, because that's what she's gonna talk about. So, Anaya, good. Welcome to the Marcia Weekes Show. How old are you?
I am 9 years old.
You're 9. Oh my goodness, you're 9. And Anaya, I know that I saw you at the march, not this march, the march 2 weeks ago. And you told me that your Auntie Janine let you hear this song, and how you love the song and you wanted the song to play at the march. And Auntie Janine said, no, it's not yet time yet. Tell me something about this song. Why do you love this Seats and Moving song so much?
Because it really inspires me. It really get that grooves.
It what?
It really gets that groove.
It gets. I'm sorry. Listen, guys. We didn't even plan all of this tonight. We came to talk about the whole Mia and MICHAEL LASHLEY that is coming up. But let's have a little laugh tonight and something light. Anaya said it inspires her, and it really got that groove. What kind of groove you talking about, Anaya?
It inspires me. Like anytime I hear it, it make me want to dance.
You want dance? Oh my goodness! So auntie, have a good song for the young people then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And you want to be a leader like your auntie in the Young Democrats?
Yes, please. When I take
Why?
her place, make the streets a better place. Hearing about that we will keep the community safe in the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes me when I take Auntie Jen's place, I want to do that.
Oh, when
So
you
I want
take,
to make
so you plan
I
to
want
take Auntie Janine's place?
yes, please.
She said she planned to take your place, Auntie Janine, and she said, like the song says, she is going to make the community a better place. Is that what you're saying, Anaya?
Yes, please.
Oh wow! So you believe in the lyrics of the song? You believe what the song is saying?
Yes, please.
Oh, and how are you planning to take Auntie Janine's place? Because Auntie Janine is the president, and she might want to be the president again. So how you plan to take her place?
Making Barbados better, seeing the people maybe the passing, maybe the doing the march,
Mm-hmm.
right? I will get them people to be inspiring,
Mm-hmm.
make them believe it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will inspire them to clean up the place.
You'll inspire them to clean up the place. So, Anaya, I want to. Wow, you sound you. Listen, you hear we talk about youth being what you said ignited. She got ignited by listening to this song. So Anaya, let me ask you a question here, little Anaya. Did you see the bus that turned over with the school children?
Yes, that was very terrible.
Yes.
Then children that are in the hospital,
Uh-huh.
and when they take over,
Uh-huh.
I will help them, and I will help the hospital for
You
all
said
the
what?
other sick for all the other sick people that can't pay to get the surgery, and the spine and all of that. I will
Mm-hmm.
pay for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I will make the hospital better. Make sure that I pay for the tablets,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I put them in there. So it will be real good.
So you're saying that when you take over, I hear you say when you take over, you're going to make sure that when the little children and anybody goes to the hospital, that they will have the medicine that they need and that they can get their surgery and all of that. So you're serious about taking over?
Yes, please.
Wow. The child is taking over. Janine, I am sorry for you. I am sorry for you. She's coming to take over your place, Janine.
That is good. At least we could see that somebody will be there to continue and to lead Barbados in the right direction.
Oh my goodness. Well, your mother has a house of leaders. I tell you. So listen, I would talk to Anaya the whole night. Anaya, what else you plan to do for Barbados?
Make the vans spread on mornings.
The van what?
The homeless people, and the child care board, and it will make it better.
Yes. How are you gonna
And
make
that
make the child care board and the homeless people lives better?
um the child care board,
Mm-hmm.
I will upgrade it,
Hey, she go upgrade.
and the
What?
homeless people, I will
Yes,
make sure that I give them. Don't judge me, but I will make sure that I give them a free home. I really feel for them,
you
but it
feel
will help them.
you will help them.
It will
Wow.
help them.
I think that Auntie Janine should so hold a minute. You want to say something at Auntie Janine's forum or anything to the young people? You want to say anything to them? Are you at Savvy on the Bay? You want to go to that event?
Yes, please.
Wow, wow. I don't know. You should ask Auntie Janine if she will allow you to say a few words there. Because I'm telling you, you sound like you're ready to take over now.
Yes, I am very ready.
You are ready. Jesus. Well, I tell you, people, you heard it here myself. I am a big girl, so Marcia reading my mind. Listen, you hear how brave she is? And she just only this evening I said, what if that little girl could come on? Well, let me tell you, I am so proud of you, and I would love for you to come back on this next time with your camera, if your mommy would allow you, and have a little conversation with me, because I am telling you, very soon you're gonna be taking over from Auntie Janine. Somebody said she telling your seats are moving. She said to tell Auntie Janine, seats are moving. Move over. Oh my goodness. That is
And I
what.
want to say,
Yes.
a few words.
Yes, go ahead.
Barbados, we can do better. I know that we can do it. Don't let no, don't let nothing do Mona could do it.
Wow. Can you say that again? Can you say that again? No, this is a child. There's something special about her. The same thing when I met her auntie. Go ahead. Say that again, Amaya. Anaya. Bear with us.
Barbi- Barbados, we can do it. I know we can do it. Don't let nothing get one away. We could do it.
Wow. Wow. Whew. Anaya, thank you so much for joining us. That is it. That is the word. That is the
You're
word.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, Anaya, thank you so much. I tell you, my goodness, my goodness. Anaya, Janine,
Yes.
is this how she is all the time at home?
She is much more talkative than that, actually.
Oh my goodness. People are Folks, we are going to, I see Mr. Bobby's here, he's ready. We are going to talk about MICHAEL LASHLEY and MIA MOTTLEY, but them is old people. Let me tell you, we talk about the young people first. We talk about real leadership here. With her, yeah, the future is bright. Oh my God, somebody said, as a former teacher, I'm so very proud of how this child spoke. Some older folks need to take a cue from her. It's true. And you heard her, she said, we can do it. We can do it. She put a little thing in her. Did you hear that? She had a little, like she was a speaker. She said, we can do it. Wow.
She
Oh God.
actually said that since she's always talking about speaking at the marches. So that is something. When she said it just now, is something that I heard her told me before. Actually, she plans these things in her head. I know some people might not believe that, but she comes up with things and tell us at home, and we also being shocked just like you.
And so she always had that. That's why she said she had something to say.
Yes, always. She always has something to say to us too at home. Either, anyways.
Wow, that this is really wonderful, guys. That's why I tell you, folks, in the 11th hour, God is going to turn it around for Barbados. The seed is in the ground, and God is going to turn it around for us. But before you go, Janine, I almost call you Auntie Janine. Dave, if you could play the smaller one for us, and while he's going to play that that promo. Janine, that is just it's a promo of a bigger video that you guys are putting together, right?
Yes, please.
So tell us about that.
Right. So in regards to this video now, this was in terms of this teaser in regards to the song that you guys would have now heard, Seats and Movement. It's a part of a whole campaign, not for only the young Democrats, but in regards to because we are a part of the Democratic Labour Party as well, and to push towards having seats in Parliament. That is the whole initiative, seats and moving, the moving straight to Parliament to have some seats in there and to win the government, of course. So that is where this whole initiative is going. The video is not finished as yet, as people will see when they see the video. We stand with the opposition leader, in terms of he's stating not to have lewd music on the vans and stuff like that, and they're all legislations in place that the Barbados government shall follow. But we also need to take in mind that although we're very sorry about the situation which would have occurred with the children, there was also a situation where that our van driver would have cleared his van and taken someone to the hospital. So we don't want to put all of them in the same category. We do wish them well. We do encourage them to continue to drive safely on the roads, as they're also are being used by the government as tap vans now as well to get people from their destination, and they're very efficient in regards to getting people on it to their destinations because there are not enough buses here in Barbados to commute. So we do encourage persons to continue to encourage these that are drivers to do the right things on a day-to-day basis. But this video is seats are moving, and we're moving to Parliament. It's all about the young Democrats and Democratic Labour Party, and we are pushing the party and supporting the party in regards to having those seats in Parliament again.
Yes, and for us to the loyal opposition, it matters that there are seats. Of course, I know your party. They keep telling me, Marcia, we're not trying to be the opposition, so you need to stop saying that. But you have to also remember that we are pushing a stronger opposition, regardless of who it is. Okay, so we're not here trying to say whatever. You know what I'm not saying. But I'm saying, though, guys, that can you imagine if Mr. Thorne had more people with him? All right, what he could stop a lot more things he could stop inside there, and so I understand the concept of what they're doing. But you said something there just before we play this short video, the promo video here. That there are ZR vans that or I said ZR PSV vans that majority of them are actually they're abiding by the law. It's a few bad apples. When our car was down sometime in the pandemic, there was one that passed here and would drop me right at the school. And it was so efficient. I love that word that you use, Janine. And they were so good to me that sometimes I'm in the bus because I'm leaving from St. Philip. and I'm studying accounting, preparing my class, and I'm passing my stop, and they stopped the bus and said, "That lady there, wait, tell her to wake up. She likes to read too much. Take your head out the book, madam. You're passing your stop." And they would help me all the time. And the service was so great from them. There was no loud music or anything. I could study in the bus. And guess what? Christmas time, they bake all this sweet bread for the driver and the conductor, and so it's really the point is that it's not just what we saw there at what's the name of the school again? Lester Vaughan?
Yes, that's the one.
Right, in front of Lester Vaughan, but there are really good people there that take care of the children too. I know sometimes parents take the children to the the conductors, and help them for them to drop them at the right spot. I've seen that. So
Yeah,
we
I
want to,
had that experience as coming up as a child, because although I live in St. Philip, I actually used to go to school at Belmont Primary School, and my mom used to put me on the bus and the van driver, to drop me off by the school. So I did have that experience growing up, and many persons still up to today do stuff like that at the same time as well. And yeah, we do have to support them. A lot of the things that the Young Democrats people would have seen if they're following our pages. I don't want to say fair show too many politics, but we do have to promote ourselves. And a lot of the things that Young Democrats does are actually proactive stuff. We do our stuff way ahead of time. Actually, this video was shot on the 6th of September to be exact. We would have shot a lot of our material in one day.
oh, so that is 6th of September, 6th October. So it's almost a month and a half.
Yes, so we also would have put out some other videos on our social media pages, introducing ourselves to the public, like a wholesale rebrand, stuff like that. But we would have actually captured all of that information in one day, one particular day. I know persons will see us in 2 different clothing, but we did all of that in one day.
Wow, awesome. Well, Dave, play the video for us, please. Thank you very much.
Since I'm moving, let me go. Since I'm moving, let me go. Let me fast, man. Since I'm moving, let me go. Sweet girl, come, sweet girl, let me go. You want to see the place as we? Since I'm moving, sweet girl, let me go. Since I'm moving.
Hi everyone, my name is Janine Butcher and I am the president of the Young Democrats. Listen, Barbadians, we coming for seats, and from today, it is seats are moving.
Since I'm moving, since I'm moving, since I'm moving, since I'm moving, since I'm moving.
Wow, and that was shot almost 2 months ago, because it's the 6th of you said 6th of September. Oh wow. Well, Janine, it says to be continued, and I know these videos. I do video productions. I know they cost a lot of money, and so anybody who wants to help Janine to finish this, right? Anybody wants to help her to finish this, help not just her but the young Dems, you can reach out to Janine. There's a number there on the screen, or you want to give them another number, Janine?
Yeah, so I can just give them the email. So our email is, you can contact me at JanineDLP246@gmail.com or at youngdems246@gmail.com, or you can call the number on the screen at 547-0710. That is the Democratic Labour Party's number.
And they can actually help the youth and help you to continue to develop leadership. Well, all the best on your weekend, and I hope you get to finish that video so we see how it ends. And all the very best to you, Janine.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on the show. Thanks again to Loyal Opposition, and we look forward to having you guys at our Youth Ignite weekend. Have a great night to everyone.
Yes, God bless. Bye-bye. Yeah. Oh, wow. Let me bring in Mr. Bob. Mr. Bob, this is supposed to be we getting serious show tonight, and then the
Good
little girl
night.
comes on and it changes everything. Good
Yeah,
night. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. A little tired, but I have to be here because a lot of things have to be put in perspective as it relates to our country and what is happening, and I will not miss an opportunity like that.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to jump. We're going to jump right in it. It's from the DLP to the BLP. Do the allegations still matter? So, folks, we're jumping in tonight. We're ready because we went over time, and we are going for it. We're going right in tonight, folks. Now, um, for those of you who might have been, I don't know, in another country or on Mars, you would have seen this particular picture, and I think that we it's our cover picture actually, where we don't know if Mr. Lashley has joined the BLP, but he was at the BLP's conference, and we know he wasn't at the DLP's conference, but he was at the BLP conference. And yesterday, that was actually the hallmark of their conference. Everything that we didn't hear of anything else. Online, that conference was doing probably about 200 and something persons watching live, and by the time he was coming in, it went up to about 600. Then it dropped right back down to 200. So it was really just all about Michael Lashley. And may I say that Michael Lashley, I've said it on this program for so many times, that as far as I know, he's a very, very great MP. My children would come home from school and they will talk about Michael Lashley all the time because they went to Bailey's primary school, and everybody there, like, they know him. He would put on at Christmas time the lights in the park, and we would go, and I mean, people loved his work here, in St. Philip. I'm not in his constituency, but I'm right there at the border, and I would go to watch the lights in the park, King George V Park, every Christmas. So I say kudos to Mr. Lashley for that, and he's a great lawyer, great criminal lawyer. So we don't take that away from him. Also, if it is that he's actually crossed, and he's going, well, not, it's not to cross, he's joining a new party, Mr. Bob. Really and truly, I mean, that has been what politics in Barbados and throughout the world has been that way. I know in Jamaica you'll have people crossing, even leaving one party to the next. Mia Motley herself, remember, was part of the DLP, and then she went over to the BLP, right, Mr. Bob? Yeah.
Yes,
And
we have also Kerry Simmons, who
mhm.
wanted to sit as a DLP candidate, and then he went over to the DLP. So this crossing and changing of parties has been, as long as politics has been around, and I'm not so sure. I think I have a understanding why the media and some persons are focused on Michael Lashley, a apparent start transition. It has not surprised me anyhow, because there were some situations that suggested that
Mhm.
that might be a possibility, and that is why kudos should be given to the Democratic Labour Party for putting a candidate in place. They did not wait for this to happen, and they moved with haste and vision, or with knowing the possibility, and they put a candidate by the name of Simon in place as it well. But I think that the what has caught the attention of Barbados is what Mr. Lashley has represented in the Democratic Labour Party, based on previous elections and how he would have spoken, and the work would have done in housing, and coupled with what we are experiencing there under this political this government. I think the Barbadians were expecting that a voice that was so strong in the past remain a voice of some kind of balance and checks and balance for this particular government. So that is why we get the response. We have seen some of the some other Democrats, when they had that turmoil and what they call the lockout at George Street, move and went along, but there wasn't that kind of response because people would have followed Mr. Lashley. They know what he represents as a Democratic Liberal Party, and the people that they know that we are under a serious threat from this government to livelihood, business, and they would have expected that a voice that was as strong as his remain the voice of checks and balance for the governing party.
Yes, yes. Somebody's saying here that they were that just said I was shocked, while others are saying that they weren't shocked because over a period of time, you would have heard the rumblings and so on,
Right.
etc. And as you said, the DLP, from what I saw, had already moved on. I guess because they might, as you are alluding, they might have known that this was where where the person was heading. And in Barbados we have freedom of association, remember, based on
Of
our
course.
constitution. So
And an invitation was issued to him, to the public, to join them. He's a member of the public. The invitation was issued, I think, out of some kind of joke. I think that was a joke. Issued to taxi drivers to also come to their meeting as well at the part, as if that is the negotiating room for the current situation. So
yeah,
he seriously probably considered going to the meeting. I was not sure that he expected that his appearance would have overshadowed the Prime Minister's speech and would have become more or less the talking point of their conference when they are trying to fight for political survival and trying to convince the Barbadian public that what we are seeing in terms of the cost of living, the high cost of living, the corruption that we're seeing in housing, that is just fake, and that they have been doing a good job. I think that would have been what would have been the main achievement that they wanted to get out of this present conference leading into the election. But here it is, the press has grabbed on to Mr. Lashley for all intents and purposes, appearance at the DLP conference. And if I were there, I would be concerned as well.
yes, yes. Well, somebody said, that crossing of Sharon Innes. We're reading your comments, guys. Go ahead and read, and you're part of this with us together. We're family, and we're going to discuss this.
Yeah.
Sharon is saying crossing is the norm, or I think, people choosing to stay in a party or leave a party. It's how it has been, and so why is Mr. Thorne so vilified? Because he's been called a traitor by those in the BLP. They were very angry when he left, and
given the derogatory name as a rat and that kind of thing, because they expected, like some of them, that you feel that you're not part of an organization, but because you want to protect your political life, that you will just tickle your conscience. But we recognize that the current leader of the opposition, he is a man I'm listening to him, he is not that type of person. And we have a lot of politicians now who are representatives of us that we have voted for in large numbers, who would not boldly say to the Prime Minister that this is not right. And that what he did is not what they expected. That caught them off guard as well. So that is why they will curse him and say he will never win a seat. He do this to the DLP, he do that, he caused the noise. That is not true. The politics in the Democratic Labour Party, as long as remember, it's always robust politics. No matter who was the leader.
Yeah.
And I think there's a place for that. We're not this is not a politics about Pharaoh and Caesar. If you're in a party and you have a point to put across, you have an opposition to a particular policy, you should be free to say that without feeling that your political life is being threatened. And that for all have known the battles that I've seen at George Street. And our people should be, as they were prior to 2018, allowed to speak freely without fearing of losing their job, should understand what is this country. But no, they are afraid to be seen as martyrs. They are afraid to raise their voices in opposition in their workplaces. And that does not exist under the Democratic Labour Party.
Yeah. Somebody, I saw a very strong Barbados Labour Party person made a comment on David Davis Facebook page, which I'm going to play his video because of fair use. It's been put there in the public, and
Is it
I'm
the
making
public?
a
Is it the
comment
public?
about it. It's in the
Yeah.
public, and I'm making a comment about it. There's so many people who've made comments about it, so I'm making a comment about it on my show. I don't own the content, so I'll play it a little later. But they said, I was surprised that that person said, I saw the comment and it said that it is people have freedom of association based on the constitution of this country, and therefore they can associate with whichever church, whichever group, whichever organization that they want to do, because they're free moral agents. And in the same way that Mr. Thorne crossed and joined the DLP, if Mr. Lashley wants to do that, then Mr. Lashley should feel free, to do that. But
Yeah.
don't vilify Mr. Thorne and not wanting to vilify Mr. Lashley. Come on, guys. And this is where the problem is. If there's freedom of association, it shouldn't be where the DLP want to vilify Mr. Lashley and embrace Mr. Thorne, and the DLP want to vilify Mr. Thorne and embrace Mr. Lashley. Let there be freedom of association. I think, though, that Marva Hunt, this is where I am at, where Marva Hunt is at. And some of what you said, Mr. Bob, it is a little shocking when based on the position of the person who is changing party. This was a first vice president,
Yes.
right? And so, as D2 was talking about the philosophy of the party, they would be carrying that philosophy with them and moving from one party with that philosophy.
Right.
One would think that the people in the party that's receiving him would be concerned of the type of philosophy that he is taking from his party into this new party. I think that those are things, and I agree with D2 about that, and with Marva Hunt. Now, this one I want to spend some time on tonight, where Marva Hunt says, I was shocked because of what was said during political campaigns over the years. And we are going to take you through some of what has been said. Okay? And I'm going to do that not through hearsay. I want to do that through facts. And the facts, Mr. Bob, is going to come through the PAC, the Public Accounts Committee, which is a legitimate document. All right. So nobody's saying that I am bringing hearsay on the show. We're going to look at a legitimate document where the now Prime Minister MIA MOTTLEY, at the time she was the opposition leader.
Yeah.
And she was the person, the chairman of the PAC. Okay, and she had these concerns. And so that is why our topic tonight is, do the allegations still matter? So Miss MIA MOTTLEY, Prime Minister, we want to know, do these allegations that you had against Mr. Lashley in the PAC, do these still matter? So we're at item 186. And it says, Dave, no, go with the one before this, please. The first one. Thank you. The one with 2, because this is okay. All right, hold a second. Mr. Bob, just
I am saying also that some things do not matter in terms of hard politics. We would have seen the accusation by this ruling government against Chris Sinclair as it related to the campaign, as it related to the 2018 campaign and the handling of our economy. But shortly after, after labeling properly as the worst, or giving Barbados the impression that he was the worst finance minister, he was offered a job in finance by this same Mayor Motley. So these things will not matter to her at all. They will not matter to her. So we throw those things out the window. It's expedient for her to, or for the party to, at this time going into election, to show that persons of from the DLP, significant persons from the Democratic Labour Party, are still coming over or leaving, to give the impression that the party has not settled. But the party, as the public will know, settled the candidacy of Mr. Lashley within St. Philip North quite early. So this is just one of those things where an invitation may have been extended and accepted by Mr. Lashley to attend, and by anybody else to attend the BLP conference. But if it took his appearance to hype up an evening or weekend, then they too have to be concerned that the issues, are most of the issues that we face today, are pointed against this government, and they need to take a good look at themselves. I also want to bring to your attention that they would have seen the numbers also in the 2022 elections. And after 3 years in an election as a government, and to lose numbers in the thousands from your total just 3 years earlier, and losing 1,200 votes here, 2,000 here, and 2,000 there after 3 years in government, I did not expect a different result after 3 years, because in a term is 5 years, and after, and never in the history of our politics was a government replaced after 5 years. So how would it be? How could it have been replaced after 3 years? Furthermore, a reversal of a 30 love may not have been possible. Maybe look at the reality, and then a number of persons were not given a chance to vote because they were postponed with COVID. The biggest losers in that 2022 election was the DLP, the BLP, Barbados Labour Party, and they know it. They bled votes by the thousands. So they are fully aware, and they want to win this election by stealth. They want to win the election by giving the impression that an appearance by Mr. Lashley or other any DLP member will show that they give the public the impression that DLP is not ready. And that is what they're hoping to achieve going into elections.
Yes. Well, very well said, Mr. Bob. I share a lot of those sentiments, and we have some numbers, and just waiting till the right time. Where former senator and MP of the BLP, he's a numbers person like myself, and so we've done up some graphs to show everybody what has happened, but not just yet. So we're going to read a part of this report. Yeah, part of this report, guys. I want you to follow me closely. If you were writing, don't write now. Don't write. I want you to follow closely what is happening on the screen. Put your eyes on the screen and make notes. Make some notes to Mr. Bob, because we want to go back to this. This is a recommendation from the PAC. Okay, so this is an official document that you're seeing on the Marcia Weekes Show. The committee recommends that the House of Assembly take note of the findings with respect to the letter of February 18th, 2013, right? February 18, 2013, from the Minister of Housing to the chairman of the NHC, purporting to communicate a decision of cabinet allegedly made on the 14th of February, 2013, but which, on the basis of confirmed minutes of the cabinet, was not made by the cabinet. The committee strongly deprecates this conduct of the Minister of Housing, MICHAEL LASHLEY, misrepresenting the decisions of cabinet, as it undermines the integrity of public administration in Barbados and the integrity of cabinet governance itself. So, to paraphrase, what did you understand from that, Mr. Bob, as we go along? You're a teacher, I'm a teacher, but we want to make sure that everybody, you know, um, knows what's going on. What is that paragraph we read? What do you think
Yeah,
it says?
this person is more or less accusing the minister of not of making a decision outside the approval of cabinet.
Yeah, making approval outside, but yes, but
Making mhm.
communicating in writing that they got
Yeah.
a decision. And
Yes.
the minister in question, based on this official, we're looking at an official, a copy of the official PAC document, that
Hmm.
allegation is being leveled at MICHAEL LASHLEY.
Right.
And the committee chairman in this letter, who is that person?
I am not even sure. I have not read the entire
Well,
thing.
I tell you, we will see, because that is going to be Mia Motley, who is the
Hmm.
chairman, like how Ramthorn is the chairman of the PAC.
Right.
Motley was the chairman of the PAC while she was in opposition, and so the committee, the PAC committee, is recommending this. Okay,
Hmm.
all right. So let's go to 187. Dave, move up if you can. Thank you. The committee recommends, yes, he's making it a little bigger for us. The PAC committee recommends that further action be taken by the appropriate organs of the government by way of investigation. So we're going to put down investigation is one, right? This is what Mia Motley is recommending. Her committee, she's the chairman of the committee, the PAC, and Miss Mia Motley is recommending investigation, because I like to go by facts. Miss Mia Motley is by way of investigation with a view to making further recommendations where appropriate, and if necessary, for the instituting of what? Criminal.
Hmm.
Criminal. I'm not saying this. This is the PAC report we're reading from.
Hmm.
Criminal and or civil proceedings. So Miss Motley is calling for an investigation into MICHAEL LASHLEY.
Hmm.
She's calling for possibly criminal proceedings or civil proceedings, or both.
Right.
Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there written right in front of you?
It's right in front of us. And for those of you who've come to class late, this document is, and I know I'm repeating myself because I want us to understand the seriousness of these allegations. And we need to ask the Prime Minister some serious questions this evening, because they, Mr. Bob, campaigned and sold us something. They sold us integrity. They sold us a platform of integrity. They've sold us a campaign. They stood on the platform of integrity.
Yes. Somebody want to know if you find Mia's red bag. That's what
Well,
drop out.
this might be in the red bag. This might be in the red bag. Folks, I want you to share, because I'm hearing that YouTube is dropping. People are dropping off. People are calling me, because I knew this was going to happen at this particular time. I told you from the show started. You're going to start seeing the likes going down.
I saw it.
Stop.
I saw
Huh?
it. I'm following and I'm seeing it dropping off, and a lot of numbers drop off quickly. But
A lot of numbers dropped
we're
off
still-
because somebody called me.
we're still-
A lawyer. Yeah, go ahead.
we're still holding at 1,000.
Folks, I knew it from the time I came on.
Hundreds
I
drop
told
off.
you all
Yeah.
what to do. Go ahead and like, please,
Mm-hmm.
because
Still-
they.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
We're
interrupting you
still
because
holding at 1,000, but the number of hundreds drop off. A couple of hundred drop off, so they can get back in.
yeah, they
And
drop off.
yes, and it is buffering a lot, so they're at you this evening.
Yes, it's buffering. I know.
Yeah, the truth will still come out. Don't mind them. Keep going,
Yeah, the
Marcia.
truth is gonna come out. Endure with us. If you get bumped off, jump right back on. We're gonna stay, even if we're staying late. I know Mr. Thing tired, but I stay myself.
I'm here. I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah, they're making it difficult for us. Some people can't get to type in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
The
show,
show. Yeah, you gotta
people.
like
Get
it.
it up
Yes.
to 500 likes.
Yes, and it was
We've
still
got, you got to fight. You know, we can't do it alone on here.
no.
Okay. Now, some of you might have known that what we're reading, but we have to bring it back to our memory.
Yeah.
All right. Dave, can we go to the next one? $188, I think.
You have to go up the page. Yeah. It's probably off the page.
Okay, so Dave, we have to go up a bit. Thank you. Now, folks, let's get back in. Let's get back in, folks. Let's get back in. Let's focus in again. Dave, you're correct. It's you were right. He must be having some challenges as well. But we're persistent. We're gonna get this information today. We're getting this information this evening. Dave, let me know what's going on. Okay, just Mr. Bob, carry on. Okay, Mr. Bob, you were muted. We were working on the technical stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, go right
I
ahead.
was
Say
just
what
making
you're.
the point. I was just making the point that it's always expedient for Miss Motley to speak and to give the impression that she's on top of issues, and would make the accusation and allegations like these. She allegations were made against the former Prime Minister, Mr. Stewart, about travel, the amount of travel, allegations of a cabinet that was too big, but she did the complete opposite in both cases. So I'm not surprised at what we're seeing here, and the question is asked if that is you're asking if this is still relevant as we look at his association or possible association, and what part he will play in the future, if he plays any part at all in a future Barbados Labour Party cabinet or government. And if you listen to the Prime Minister on as she speaks, she gave the impression from listening that there were some concerns being raised, because she talked about some people may become vexed or uncomfortable. Go back and listen, and once that kind of statement is made, there are some concerns within the camp about what is happening. But what if you can? What can? Can you not blame her? Because if you look over her shoulder, who she's pointing to as a possible successor. So they have a leadership crisis at this point in time. And God forbid anything happens to her in the short term before elections. Who it will be?
Yes, yes. Well, we have before us here the nation news, because we were finished the PAC report there, and so we're going to look back. We're going to take you down memory lane, guys, to some newspaper articles. So this is Nation News, December 6, 2016. So we've moved on from the PAC, the actual document, and here we have some articles about this whole issue. that we read in the PAC. All right. So the PAC report. So it says Nation News, December 6, 2016. Where were we on that date? 2016 years ago. 3 ministers summoned before the Public Accounts Committee investigating a special audit on the state-owned housing agency failed to show up yesterday. Neither Minister of Finance, Chris Sinclair, and as you know, Chris Sinclair is now working with MIA MOTTLEY, nor the present Minister of Housing and Lands, Dennis Kelman, nor previous Minister of Housing, MICHAEL LASHLEY, who is now Minister of Transport and Works, was present when the PAC convened yesterday. The 3 had been summoned, but only Sinclair responded by sending a letter from his lawyer disputing the authority of the PAC to conduct such a hearing into the government's action on 2 housing ventures. There was reportedly no word from Kelman or Lashley. The committee is attempting to probe Auditor General Lee Trotman's special audit of the National Housing Corporation, in which he contended there were a number of financial anomalies regarding the Valerie and Grotto projects. And they said the full story was in The Nation. Okay, let's move on a little bit there, Dave. Go to the next article. August 10th, 2010. Okay? August 10th, 2010. Probe NHC. So that was 2016. So this was before, right? All building contracts awarded by the National Housing Corporation between December 2008 and 2010 could be subjected to investigation by the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. And as early as this week, the opposition Barbados Labour Party will be drafting and filing a resolution in Parliament to start the process. Opposition leader MIA MOTTLEY announced this on Saturday night while addressing the DLP St. Thomas branch at Lester Vaughan School, waving a copy of a 2-page statement released by former chairperson of the NHC, Marilyn Rice Bowen, doing a media briefing last Sunday, and it goes on. Okay. David, can you go up a bit so that because of time, I think we got the gist of that. Continue to the okay. Who will pay? December 4th, 2018. All right. Listen, the die has been cast, and it is for the current Barbados Labour Party to government to ensure that the recommendations contained in the report of the PAC are carried out. Lawmakers have insisted. Do you remember what the recommendations were, Mr. Bob? Tell the class what the recommendations were. Mr. Bob, unmute your mic and tell them. Let's see. Or should we wait? Should we wait and let them tell us?
Yes, because it's possible. I can go back to it. Let them say it for themselves.
We want to see if we're following.
Criminal and civil proceedings.
You tell them, right? So
Yeah.
they wanted the recommendation was investigations to happen, and they wanted criminal and or civil proceedings against Lashley and the 2 others. Okay. Thank you, Pedro. Come to the front of the class, Pedro. Come to the front of the class. Follow Barbadians. You will see how these people take us for idiots. At the same time, Dave, if you can move it up for me, the opposition leader, Joseph Atherley, is demanding answers to who will pay for alleged wrongdoings under the former DLP government based on the findings of the report. The PAC report discussed in today's sitting of the House also recommends legal action and, where necessary, for the institutions of criminal or civil proceedings against any individuals whose conduct has caused the Crown to suffer any loss. Okay? And even Mr. Thorne was saying that he's a backbencher, but from then he was saying that this was being brought in order to restore righteousness and doing of the right in the public life of Barbados. Okay? Okay, so Mr. Thorns had something to say there. Okay, now, folks, here is the big question. Yes, there is a point in reading it, Adrian. There is a point. It might not be your point, but it's very important to read this. Very, very important. The point is that we have a series of questions for the Prime Minister. Now, so if Dave could go now to the PowerPoint with the questions that we're going to ask the Prime Minister, and those that are taking notes to go back to the Prime Minister with these notes. Okay? We want, under what we're calling, Mr. Bab, accountability versus amnesia. This is why we need to, there's 7 questions about the MIA Lashley move that we have. 7 questions. Accountability versus amnesia. Continue, Dave. This is question number 1. And anytime, Mr. Bob, you stop me there. The 2013 to 2018 PAC report signed by MIA Mottleey called MICHAEL LASHLEY's actions a misrepresentation of cabinet decisions and recommended possible criminal or civil proceedings. Okay. Can you read the question? You read the question, Mr. Bab.
If those findings were serious enough to warrant prosecution, then why do they suddenly not matter now? No, not big about that. Then why do they suddenly not matter now that he is being embraced by the ruling party?
You think that's a favorite? That's a reasonable question.
It's a reasonable question.
Folks, in the comment section, those of you watching, over 1,000 of you watching, is this a reasonable question? Look at the screen. Give me a thumbs up if you think this is a reasonable question. Yeah. Let's go to the next question, Dave. That's question number 1. We have 7 questions. Voter trust. And this is what David Davis, I think, was asking. Voter trust. What message does this send to voters who believe that the BLP stood for higher ethical standards and integrity in government? There are lots of BLP people or people who voted for the BLP because the BLP sold them a narrative that the DLP was not a party of integrity. So what message is MIA Mottleey sending to these people now? Read the question. You are read the question, Mr. Bob.
Does this prove that in Barbados, political loyalty matters more than moral accountability?
Do you think that people are asking that question, Mr. Bob?
I believe so too, because if you're asking those questions and demanding answers when you're in opposition, why should that change when you're in government? People believed it would confirm for a lot of us that a number of things were done or said to us in that 2018 election just to win votes. There were no serious consideration into pursuing any of these matters that we're now talking about. Give the impression, because in politics, impressions count. Give the impression that these people are so bad, this time is so bad, and you get the narrative, like you coined the lost decade. But then when you dig deeper, you realize that they have no intentions of pursuing these matters on the behalf of the people.
and whether it was true or not.
Or
So
not,
they need to
yes.
tell us, yeah. But I mean, she's embracing him today. That's the thing. And Sinclair is working for her. You know, in fact, she sent is it to the UN or the to the IMF? She sent, where
Or
did she
World
send?
Bank.
World Bank.
So one of them.
The
I think
World
one of
Bank.
those places, yes. One of those
Yeah,
places.
he
I
was
can correct.
sent by Mia Motley to the
Adrian Hayes
World
can
Bank.
tell us. Adrian Hayes can tell us where he is working now. Adrian Hayes can tell us where he's working now.
Yeah. Right, it's the same way that she declared Santia's case closed with the 7,500. She washed her clean, correct? So is it that Michael Lashley and also Chris Sinclair, that they have been washed clean? Are they washed clean? Dave, let's go to the next question, please. Same wine, different bottle? Is it the same wine? What you drink wine, Mr. Bob?
Occasionally, but it's not a rule of
I'm
mine.
not a big wine drinker. But is it that you're drinking the same wine, but you're drinking it in a different bottle? See, this is what causes a lot of vote apathy. Right? A lot of theater. Pedro said,
Yes.
somebody said, what will be the social impact? A lot of you voted out there, voted for the BLP because of what Mia Motley said.
Yeah.
And this is proving to you that you cannot take the word of Mia Motley.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right?
Can't take it.
Okay, so when citizens are asking whether the two major parties have become indistinguishable.
Mm-hmm.
Question, is your time to read.
When a former DLP minister accused of financial irregularities joins the BLP, can either party still claim to represent change?
It's a serious question to ask.
Yeah.
Because if you had such damning, according to you, such damning evidence against Chris Sinclair and against this man in housing, Lashley, that you were hugging up. I mean, he was just looking up in your eyes. Huh? And the whole place erupted when he came in. And these are the same men that you say, lock them up.
Yes. And tell Barbados, no, you don't want to see them around you anymore.
Oh, you
Yes.
don't want to see them ever again.
I think the years leading up, even to 2022, if you say anything in support of the DLP on social media, you will get ripped all over the coals.
But you realize that, listen, a lot of what Mia Motley said during 2018, 2018, leading up in that campaign, you realize that they were not. I hope that you realize that you were sold a lie.
Yes.
She did not believe one word, because even in those times, it is being alleged she was courting Chris Sinclair. Even in those times, when she's going to the newspaper, it is being alleged that Chris Sinclair was feeding information to Mia Motley. That's the allegation. They would have to answer if it is so. So how could we believe Miss Motley? People, be careful. Election is coming up again. She has a red bag of lies for you again. Dave, can we go to the next question? Thank you. Somebody here said George Payne was sick to his stomach when she hired Chris Sinclair. He would have to be, because the campaign was built on those three men. And based on that, then they brushed the DLP with this brush and said the DLP was a bunch of people that lacked integrity. You remember that? And she hired him. He was actually working alongside her to make sure she won. Why was he doing that? Mia Motley, your work, we're proving through your report at the PAC that you're either someone who tell lies. I'm not calling you a liar, but it seems that it's that you were telling lies, ma'am, or that you have now decided to turn a blind eye to corruption. What is it, Miss Motley? We have a question concerning your silence. We're confused. We're kerfuffle. Is that what you say, in Barbara? You're kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle, yeah.
You're kerfuffle. Yeah. This, how do I use? I can't use Rangate. I can't think I can use Rangate. Oh my goodness! Look at the St. Lucie water. I'm sorry to. This is unprofessional. Sorry, but I put this down, guys.
It's sediment.
The sediment. My God. No. Do you all see this? Please forgive me. This is not broadcasting by live TV, and I have to show you the sediment in this. This is unreal, guys.
And they were told to drink it is safe.
This is the St. Lucie water that I have here. Pardon the thing, but I had to show you it. Look at it. Oh, no. Nasty. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, back to what we were doing, Dave. I'm sorry about that. But I had to stop the regular broadcasting to show you that, okay? Prime Minister Motley personally chaired the PAC that exposed Lashley's alleged misconduct. Mr. Bob, your turn.
What does her acceptance of him now say about her credibility and consistency as a leader?
Mr. Bob, read that again. Read that again.
What does her acceptance of him now say about her credibility and consistency as a leader? And I think based on her movings in previous situations, we have had some answers to her credibility and consistency. This is just a further confirmation of where she stands as a leader.
This is crazy. You're talking about MIA Motley. Remember, you have amnesia. What is the thing here? You were calling for an investigation, a criminal and or civil proceedings against Mr. Lashley. And yesterday he was looking up in your eyes and you were embraced, enthralled in each other's embrace. Huh? And you're plastered all over the newspaper. The same man that must be investigated. Criminal proceedings must be brought and or civil proceedings. Huh? Were you lying then? Or you're lying now? When? I have to read some of the comments of the people because I want to keep the people involved in this here. Somebody say it's all to both. That's real Bajan. This is some can I use Rangate here? Rangate lies, man. We need Yes, Adrian, you are correct. We must punish it. We must punish them for lying. We must punish them for taking us for idiots. People, you locked on and see this madness. This is the man that was supposed to be investigated. It's a record, public records. We have it in the articles, Nation newspaper, and we have it in the PAC record in Parliament. Come on. Why aren't they calling the police to lock him up? Look at that.
That is so funny. It isn't. It is so hilarious.
How?
Oh dear. I can say
birds of a feather flock together. Gardner is saying.
Don't be distracted. Although this is just a confirmation of where the leader of our prime minister, how she operates, and we must rid ourselves of those type of people. Thank you, Adrian. The platform ready is no different than the promises in the manifesto. It's called the silly season for a reason. And don't be silly to believe it. Like I know that Barbadians would have learned between 2018 And no, and I'm hoping that when the next election comes, that we respond in a different way, that we listen. Don't get carried away. You see how they have their setup? A lot of people get carried away with that kind of stage setting, big tent with bunting and lights and food and drink. We are too mature as a nation to be caught up with that. No, too mature as an electorate to be caught up with this kind of showmanship, that kind of empty talk and promises by anybody. I don't care which party it is. Look at the substance of the campaign. Look at the issues as it affects you on a day-to-day basis. You know the position that you're in. You know what you cannot do. Now you're going to the supermarket. You know that now you're walking, then going to even ATM at night is a risk. You may have buried family members based on the handling of the crime and violent situation by this government. You know, don't get carried away by the hype and the party, and do not do it ever again.
Yes, correct. Correct, Mr. And bread butter, you are saying this. This is what bread butter is saying. And bread butter, you obviously, either you weren't here at the beginning of what we're doing, or you just are being very dishonest. Bread butter says we have serious issues on our doorsteps, and you're all spending a whole night dealing with a BLP show. We're not talking about the show. You are either extremely dishonest, bread butter, or you are not comprehending what's going on here this evening. I gotta call you. Normally I don't. But we're not obsessed with Mia Motley. Absolutely not.
Another distraction, Marcia.
I know, but I want to
Stale
bring
bread,
it
stale
out.
bread, stale bread and butter.
I know, but I want to say that that's not it. That's not it at all. And keep watching, and you will see how important this is, and how your prime minister misled. Okay,
Marcia,
an
I want to
entire
address
country.
I want to address this silliness about obsession with Mia Motley. There can people like bread and butter, whoever he is or she is, can amplify her speeches on international the international stage, which just does is of little benefit to us as Barbadians. But the minute that we question Mia Motley, we get those comments. We elected her; she did not elect us. And as an electorate, you have a right to question any leader, opposition or government leader, and especially in certain situations where you're not representing our needs. Who is he to tell us that we are obsessed? That is not obsession. We are questioning the conduct of our leader, which we have a right to do. We voted for her on 2 occasions in a vast majority, given no opposition. She was given an overwhelming mandate to work for us. And you're telling us that we are obsessed with Mia Motley? The obsession with Mia Motley rests with persons like stale bread or bread and butter.
Stale bread. Sorry. No, we don't
I am
want to.
very annoyed that they will come to do that. So nobody's to question her. We're supposed to question all the others. We said that the late prime minister was a drunkard. He drinks. We said that Frondell was ugly, nose big. We said all matter of unkind things about Sandy Ford. And nobody in Barbados have a right to question the. She went around and begged for votes like any other body else.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, she should never. Very well said, Mr. Bob. She should never be trusted. Mia Motley, when she opens her mouth, Barbadians, come on, we are intelligent people. We should never trust one word that comes out of that woman's mouth. If she tells you that it is morning, you know it's evening. As Humble Soul says, none of her words don't agree morning, evening, or night. They don't agree. You cannot trust this woman. Cannot.
But if you take a lawyer's speech, allow AI to generate a lot of your speeches, that will happen because there's no conviction
Yeah.
coming from his
None.
side.
None.
Because if you write the speech yourself and you got a speech right, it should reflect you as the person. But when you get something like AI to write your speeches, then you just read what is in front of you.
And I'm telling you, we should do that one night and show the people how it's AI speeches she's reading and going around sounding like she's all of that. But let's go to the next question, Dave, because we don't want to forget our questions. Thank you, Dave. Number 5. And I saw, who I saw put this on their page today? Senator Crystal Haynes. And I can mention these things because if somebody put it on your Facebook page, it means that I can mention it because you want the public to see, right? And I'm sure I saw it on her page and reposted it. And I'm looking for it. But Senator Crystal Haynes asked this very question today. She asked, was it about justice, she said, or was it strategy, or was it real? Was this about accountability, or was it strategy, Mia Motley? What was it? Go up, Dave. Go up. Thank you. Dave, let's move to the question. Yes. During campaigns, corruption allegations are often used as political weapons. Question, Mr. Bob.
Were the accusations against Michael Lashley ever about justice, or were they always about strategy? I will tell you about strategy. Remember Mark Maloney? How was his treat? What was his strategy used against him once he was part of the previous or working with the previous administration? Who was supposed to get locked up? Huh? And whose jet is she flying about in? And I know it's not free. Private jet. So it isn't about justice, because we have a situation where justice was thrown out the door for strategy.
Yeah. And and someone raised a thing. We don't need to attack people because they have a difference in opinion.
No,
When I brought the person, I wanted to really bring out the dishonesty in what they were writing. It wasn't attacking them. I don't think that we don't make the chat be about the person. Okay, please. Let's just
yes, it's the issue on the issue that is ahead of us.
On the issue that is ahead of us.
Of where we are politically, and what we expect of our leaders. It is not a personal attack, because sometimes their private and public life sometimes is pretty different. And we have to understand that. But once you are in working for us, we expect a particular standard. That is what we are talking about tonight. It is not it's not a personal attack on you, but we want you to understand that once you are leading us, these are the things that we expect.
Yes. Someone says here, Bajans continue to be taken for granted, and once we continue to vote them in, it confirms our approval of it. We are approving of so much. We are so much that this government has done to us and continue to do to us. And we have said it, you and I have said this on here, that if Mr. If the DLP goes in and does the same thing, vote them out.
Vote them out.
Because that's the right you have,
like
right?
it or not, we have existed for years in a two-party system. We give a party 2 terms. And once we see that they are shifting, becoming the masters instead of the servants, this has turned around very quickly in a short space of time. It take them 10 years. It take them very quick to turn around to change their role as it relates to service to our country and to the people of Barbados. So if unfortunately we have a 2-party system. So if you in coming up to Marx, as the old people say, we put you out. That is the right that we have, and we need to hold on to it and don't give it away. Exercise it every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And folks, so were the accusations against Michael Lashley ever about justice, or were they always about strategy? And the same way that they went and they compromised the sewage system of this country. They went underneath there, Mr. Bob, and that's and these people compromised it. And I'm just not calling names, right? But it was compromised. We have the information. It was compromised. Let's go to the next question, Dave. The broader system. We have a question about the broader system. All right, and we're going to go to that question. Thank you. The PAC recommended reforms to prevent ministers from signing contracts without cabinet approval or oversight.
Have any of those reforms actually been implemented? Or is it the system, or is the system still vulnerable to the same abuse of power?
It was so important then, right?
And we can't even get the public account committee to meet on personal issues like housing. We can't get them to meet. So I'm saying that I could risk the bet that nothing was implemented.
Listen, people are sending me, some people sending messages that she was toying with these two for a long time, and that they're alleging that they were seen at the Bush Bar in Pile Bay. Yeah. Wow, this is the kind, and all of that was happening. She had to win at whatever the cost is. If these
because
people, whoever, go ahead.
Because I think it's a game. You are playing with people's lives and livelihood. It is not a game. It's not a political game. And that is why I chose to align myself with the Democratic Liberal Party, because the DLP has turned into a political machine. It's about winning elections, and winning elections at all costs. That's what we're saying now. It's not about the people, They do what it takes to win an election. Issues don't matter. We say what needs to be done, needs to be said, and we do what needs to be done to ensure that the vote comes. After that, it does not matter.
Somebody's saying, is this strategy Lashley for Brown? Are they going to push out Sonia Brown out of St. Philip? Or, as I saw something today, are they creating a St. Philip East to take some of someone was sent something around? Will there be some gerrymandering going on there? Mm-hmm.
Or I saw a picture where most persons were dressed in red, but a lane from the city was in black. Was he mourning that he would be replaced?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Black,
so that's something else. But let's go to the final question, Dave. I believe that's the final question that we have. The people's verdict. With growing disillusionment and voter apathy, ordinary Barbadians are watching this unfold. What's the question, Mr. Bob?
If both parties blur together in practice, where can the people turn for real accountability and hope?
If they blur together, they keep, you understand? So we can't tell the difference.
We can't tell the difference. I am saying that there is a perception, and you have to understand what is happening, that based on what is happening on the ground, or what they are hearing, or what is being sold to them, that the DLP will not form the government anytime soon. But I want people to be cautious about that, because in this current electorate there exists disillusioned Democratic, the DLP members, There are disappointed DLP supporters. There are thousands of undecided voters. And there is the you vote 4 areas of this of the electorate that can determine an election. We know that when there is a low turnout, the BLP voters come out. They stay out. They don't stop voting. But those 4 voting blocks can determine an election. So I am so those persons who think that that is the case, think again, because if for in the next few months, and don't be misled by this 15-month talk, she threw us off already in COVID when she said there were no elections will be held in COVID. Don't mind her that 15-month talk here. Don't let that number of months lull anybody into a sense of relaxing and ease up on campaigning. You get cut your pants down. So I'm saying that four voting blocks can determine election based on what we have seen and based on the 2022 results that they bled thousands of votes all over the country. They know exactly where they stand at this point.
Yeah. You know, I'm here looking for Mr. Bob, and because of this, how my phone is acting up, my editor sent it to me, trying to send Dave, Mr. David Davis, oh, you have it? Okay. So, and again, here it is that someone has put this out on their Facebook. And this is no endorsement of the show. However, it is comment. I'm making a comment on a public comment. Facebook is a public space.
Yes. I just want, before you put up the video to Marcia, a very valid point made by Adrian Hines. I never focus on the opposition when making my decision on two-party system. And that is what I want people to understand. It is not about voting for opposition, it's voting the government out of power. They have behaved badly and they deserve to be punished for it. And to smack them, a couple smacks them up alongside the head and on their hands to let them know that, no, we are not accepting this here from you.
Yes. And Samuel Rudder is being honest. Samuel Rudder is saying, I am disappointed. And you're going to hear the disappointment of David Davis. That's my opinion. No, David Davis, as I said, I am playing this not as for him saying he's endorsing the show. I am making a public comment on a public post that was put out for the public, and it's called fair use. All right, that's a legal term. So Dave, go ahead and play it, please. Thank you.
I live in this country, obviously, and I'm exposed to everything that happens in this country, right? I try my best, I try my utmost best not to get involved in politics ever. Because politics is a game where the people are the pawns. The people, the U's and the I's are the pawns. You see the ones that in office, they don't care now about we do, and Barbados is too small to have the amount of problems that we are having. That is my case study to feel confident to say that they don't care now. If the people that run for office cared anything about us, all the problems that we ever had would be solved, because Barbados is too small. Put that aside, you know what I'm saying? Now, today I see a video of MICHAEL LASHLEY. And MICHAEL LASHLEY is a man that I hear about. Yes, I can come there now. A man I care about, a man that I have had conversations with, a man that I believe, but I don't know. I was about to say I believe have the best interests of the people at heart. But even MICHAEL LASHLEY, one of the most dominant figures in the DLP, can go over to the BLP and be celebrated if MICHAEL LASHLEY, a man who is a dominant figure in the DLP, who is fundamentally opposed to the ideologies and the philosophies of the BLP, going to go over to the BLP and become a member, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. You cannot be in tuned, committed to the cause of whatever philosophies the DLP had before that was opposed to the BLP, that know you in the BLP. Are you cool, big man? Big man, I speaking for people like me that can see through the I am a curse. I can see through the mess and see that the fact that you going over to the BLP says to me that you about yourself, big man. You don't about the people. You about yourself. If you're about the people, whatever philosophies that you represented before, that was philosophies and ideologies of the DLP, you will be out here pushing them to the people and trying to bring people over to your side. You won't be jumping over there though. Real thing. I don't care no BD, NDP, BBD. I care about nice so I care about Barbados. But you see individuals like you who to just jump ship when the ship's sinking. It says to me that you never believed in the ideologies or philosophies of the DLP that you're going over. Anyone that ship that jumping. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta stand for something, otherwise fall for anything. And right now you've fallen. In my eyes, you've fallen significantly. I know some people can come for me and some oh they told this thing I ain't caring about nothing so. The people of Barbados are not idiots. Politics is not a game. If you get into politics and you're on the left, because this is what you believe, be on the left and argue the arguments of the left, and don't jump up on the right and just subscribe to the ideologies of the right. Like, amen a saints. Don't talk, man. Listen to me, man. MICHAEL LASHLEY, I have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of time and respect for you. Real thing. But you see this move? I don't like it. BLP, I have voted for you. As a Bajan, love my country. I believe in voting, and the one that gives me, projects the right philosophy, the manifesto that I believe is the strongest, is what I will vote for. That's what's goal, right? And I voted for you. But you see this whole thing now with even a mix, not everybody and everything and everything. It shows me y'all do not, you all either taking the Bajan public for idiots, because you could take anybody and put in your fold when they was opposed to the things that he was. I don't know, man. I mix up. I'm not gonna be confused then. I don't like that here. Oh, MICHAEL LASHLEY, what and what BLP what? The people of Barbados need.
Well, this man, as he said to us that he's just like all the thousands of Barbadians who voted for the BLP, and they're no, for one reason or the other, but for this one in particular, he's saying, man, that he's disappointed. He's confused, that they have confused him. Mr. Go right ahead.
As I said at the outset, a figure like Mr. Lashley represents for him and a lot of Barbadians the checks and balances for this government. David know, because at the outset, you see this government, you see that he's not, and he stopped there. They know, like the priest told the congregation, we know that all is not right in Barbados. They know, and they're looking for voices and for persons to represent those people who understand that we are not being governed in the best way possible, and they saw Michael Lashley as one of those persons who will stand in the gap for thousands of Barbadians when this government acts up or behave badly. And to now get up over the weekend and seeing the possibility that one of those checks and balances have been eroded, they are very disappointed. And
Yeah,
it
that's
says, yes, and it says to the government, that people know that things are not right. And instead of we getting more voices, it appears to them that we're losing the battle against the government, but for people to speak out. That is the disappointment that he's feeling.
yeah, yeah. Well, folks, the phone is open. The phone is open. The phone line is open, and you can feel free to call. And I know. Oh, somebody's calling right away here. Let's make sure that you have turned up your phone. Yes, on your phone, make sure it's turned all the way up. The volume on your phone is turned all the way up. Okay, just hold a second. Hold a second. Let's see if we can hear you. Go. Okay, let's go right ahead. Continue speaking. Okay, we're not hearing. We're not hearing. We're not hearing you.
No, not any better.
Yes. The higher the monkey climb, the more he shows behind. Yes. Can you hear her? Can you hear her, Mr. Bob?
No, hardly.
Oh.
It's very choppy.
Very choppy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's for the internet. Okay, sorry about that, but I can tell them what you're saying, okay?
It's just what is happening to her. The more she goes, the more you can see who she is.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. What this person is saying, the higher the monkey go, the more they show the tail, she's saying, and that the more she's doing that, the more we're seeing who she really is. And she's correct. She's definitely correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The unraveling will continue, and the true picture of who our current leader is will be there for all Barbadians, and we'll be given an opportunity to make a decision based on what is revealed to us. And it's up to us to do what we want with the information, what has been confirmed. There were some doubts in the past, and we said give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's gotten progressively worse.
Let me read. Some people are saying here they agree with David Davis. Somebody said the AG position is up for grabs. Somebody says here, true Mr. Bob, voices are being silenced or threatened. If you can't beat me, join me. You're right. That's what they would love to silence me, and silence the Marcia Weekes Show, very much so. And they would like to buy me off as well, and that is not happening.
I tell you, this show has them a lot of problems at night, but that's why we will see stales bread and cheese or whatever it is coming here to talk foolishness.
Okay, someone is saying, Samuel Rudder, who was saying that he was very disappointed, said, Michael Lashley is a man I care about. Something is out of place here, and I'm very wrong here. I'm very wrong here. I think he's saying this is not the Michael I know. Well, we don't know what has happened to him. My Adrian Hines says, how can D2 only curse Michael Lashley alone for an action that required two persons to agree to his coming over? He ain't fooling me. Well, I mean, to be fair, he did also level some blame at
At
his
at the party, yes.
at the
At the
party
party,
that he voted for,
yes,
Adrian.
yes.
He might have done it a little more on one side, but I think his frustration, to be fair to D2, his frustration is also with his party. The more you think about it, you know.
Okay,
Would you
yes,
agree,
yes.
Mr. Bab?
Yes, yes, yes. I pick up that. What you said? Well, last you don't need DLP walked.
Yes.
Yes, yes. He is very disappointed, and he confused how you could be so fundamentally opposed to what they're doing, and then you come and mix up. You see?
Somebody here is saying Michael Lashley is playing games. Mimi, saying Michael Lashley has been playing games, and for a while now he just shows that he can be bought. No principles. That's her allegation that he's bought. Um, Miss Corbin is saying feeling and identifying with David Davis. Um, Somebody said, David Davidson, you are true. I won't read the rest of it. So, Neon Star says, all along I was and I'm thinking self-interest and opportunity override political philosophy. And I think D2, that is where he's confused at. He thought that each party would have a different philosophy. And like D2, I read the manifesto. I agree with him. I actually do. And that's why, I mean, last election, I voted for Mr. Atherley. I read through the manifestos and I chose his, and I chose the Time Before Solutions Barbados, and so I think that people, people who some people believed it. Hurricane Writer says, at this 11th hour, many Bajans are still deceived by the political science practitioners.
I think that this this showing up at the UP conference just has Barbadians a bit annoyed because they know that we have one opposition leader. The main opposition party is trying to rebuild itself and to get back its footing into, and they've win some hearts, and to show themselves as a party that is rejuvenating and rebuilding. And in the meantime, they would not have expected that another voice would have decided that they are going to join the persons who are giving them hell no in government. I think that is where the disappointment lies for a lot of persons, and confusion. They don't need it. The people out there need the voices to stand up because they're not in the parliament. The voices are not there. There's one person who's trying his level best.
Yeah. Somebody's saying that it says, wow, yes, we're all foolish. We can see there's a big difference between the doings of Lashley and Thorne. Very much so. One moved over because of principles. This one is going, we don't know what is happening there. However, we are told that, not told, we saw where the PM was accusing him through the PAC of wrongdoings, that she believed it should be investigated, and or criminal and civil proceedings should be brought against him. Mr. Thorne never had that. So you are so right, that, and yes, the entry was staged. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
you can look at it because it came just before. I think it came just before the prime minister delivered her address. I think it was just on that moment, so you can see it,
Yeah.
and it was to create a high atmosphere for her as well. But I don't think she didn't expect it to be such overwhelming and the focus point, because she was there and they were there to deliver a message of a satisfaction with this current administration. Hence the theme when Labour leads, Barbadian succeeds. So they were there to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And actually, we are after this call, we're gonna break and play a song. Dave, get that song ready. While cause we're gonna do it in the middle of the thing if Dave is able to. I have him all over the place, Dave. But we went and they did a song. They said when Labour leads, Barbados Bajan succeed.
Yeah.
And somebody went, I don't call it any name, but somebody went and took their song and created another song. So I want you to hear that other song. But we have somebody on the line, and let's see if we can hear this person tonight. Caller, go right ahead. Good night. Welcome to the Marcia Weekes Show.
Well, good night, Marcia and Mr. Bab.
Yes, good night. I know this
good night.
voice. Can you hear him, Mr. Bob?
Yes, very clear. Good night. Good night.
Very clearly. Very good. Go right ahead.
Yes, when I heard the news, I was taken aback. I mean about the move over of MICHAEL LASHLEY. But then I saw it in the papers today. And when you look at both of them, you can see that the Prime Minister cannot face him. She cannot look at him. And he's looking over her head. So you can see right away there's some kind of, something is wrong there. The picture is speaking very clear. Something is wrong there. They're not together. They're not united. Right? But what Barbadians need to understand now is that Barbados is caught up in a web of corruption and political vandalism because we don't have a Republican constitution. The Prime Minister and the government, they're all doing as they please and not consulting Barbadians. Look, for example, I just heard today that, in fact, from the conference today, the Prime Minister is saying that we will be having a new sewage plant and the water will be returned to the underground aquifers so that Barbadians can have water. Now, we did not give her permission to do that. So there is a lot of political skullduggery. There's constitutional vandalism. There is corruption. And I think the only solution to our problem in Barbados is for us to have at least 7 truly independent candidates for the election who will be elected to the House of Assembly so that they can strike a balance between these two. I don't know what, but for me, political parties have now degenerated. As I said before, political parties have degenerated into incubators for the birthing of narcissistic, tribal, political operatives.
Okay.
And Barbadians, sorry?
Yes, I have, sorry, there's a break there. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes. Okay. Just a couple more seconds. Go ahead because the person who needs to give me some legal advice is calling me, right? And it's in one phone. Okay, but go ahead, please.
Okay, good. You go ahead. But Barbadians have to wake up to the level of corruption and political vandalism that is destroying this country.
Very well said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Dave, can you put this song up, please, and let me I must call back this number. Very important. Dave, thank you.
You say when Labour leads, Bajan succeed. Well, here we now. This the people creed. Let go. Boy, when Labour leads, Bajans bleed. When Labour leads, we pan we knees. When MIA leads, we don't believe. Same old talk,
What a counter. You're silent. You're paused. You're muted. Yeah.
The song is sweet, and you said what a counter, because they put out, this is their new slogan.
Yes.
When labor leads, Bajan succeed. And I tell you, it wasn't even 24 hours after they put it out, this was put out there. I tell you, the people are tired.
Yes.
Are
Enough.
tired.
Say more fluff. Enough is enough.
Somebody said, when labor leads, we bleed.
Yes.
Veterans bleed. Oh my goodness. Anywhere you see this song, you're going to send it all over. All
Yes.
over. Right? Send it out all. Somebody said tough lyrics. Trust the truth. Huh? What you all think about this song? This is a comeback. This is supposed to be, that's why the line is true to succeed, because at their conference, this is what they reveal as their theme. I don't know if this is supposed to be their campaign theme, but let me tell you something. When we're done with it, they're going to change it, Mr. Bob.
Yes, they got to change it. You got to counter them because they are good at theatrics. They're good at the social media. So we have to counter. You can't sleep on them. Send them back to their propaganda room. They don't go back.
Correct. And Look Up is telling us, listen, folks, for us, we've got to tell everybody about the show, because this is the one thing that they did not expect.
Mm-hmm.
And one of their supporters came on here and said, Mr. Bob, that don't worry, we soon get you off the air. We soon get you off. That's what they came on and they said, you will soon, they're going to get you off. Right? Because somebody promised them that's what, because they don't want us to show them this.
No.
When are you going to see this? Tell me, are you going to see this on CBC? This is the sediment in the water. This is what they want St. Lucie. The Prime Minister is a minister of water. Right? and from her agency, they're telling the that they should drink this water. Look at the sediment in this water.
I cannot believe, Marcia, what kind of pressure would allow a professional to say to the public and the people of St. Lucie to drink something like this? What type of pressure was he under prior to that news conference? Because he has bosses. I cannot believe a professional will put his credibility so. He has to be on some. I cannot believe that he would. He has bosses. We know who the bosses are, and you have a press conference coming up, so you have to give the assurance, the assurance and the waving finger that this is what it says. This is water. This water is safe. I can't believe that he would put his credibility on the line, and and the thing is, he got abuse from every corner of Barbados, every corner from St. Philip to St. Lucie. He can't even show his face in Broad Street.
Yes. Let me tell you something, guys. You need to mess up that line, the campaign slogan.
Another lie. The labor leads.
Yes, mess up the cap. But guys, I'm going to play something for you, and it does have a curse word in it. I'm just telling you now. So if you have children around, which you shouldn't have them at this hour, they have school tomorrow. 9:58. But I can tell you now, turn down the TV, because there is a curse word, and I did not take the curse word out because the curse word is by the Prime Minister of Barbados, MIA MOTTLEY. And I have to keep the curse word in there so you see the kind of person that she is. Okay? So the curse word, I leave it in for a reason. So don't write me. It is in there so you're going to see that the Prime Minister of Barbados has a potty mouth. She has potty mouth. Okay? Potty mouth. Jobby.
Poor mouth. We call it a poor. We call it a poor, not potty.
A poor mouth?
You know, we don't call it potty, we call it a pour.
A poor mouth. Is that it? A
Yes,
poor mouth.
it is not a potty. We don't call it potty in Barbados. We say you got a pour. You're gonna buy a pour on the bed teacup.
Ah, I know. I'm understanding. Thank you. Poor. You call potty poor, right? Yes. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Dave.
Said, when last you did a criminal case, succeeded something for days before Christmas. I said, when last you did a criminal case, succeeded something 5 or 6 years. This this is reality. You're fucking the man up. He's made his choice. And he was bringing us around. What's this about MICHAEL LASHLEY? Let me make it clear. DLP is not paying a cent.
What you said?
How you can pay him?
What you said?
Rob, I don't mind working with him, but Rob wasn't very positive about that. Somebody's approaching me. Obviously, MICHAEL LASHLEY's been talking. I see you being used.
The politics of it, and
said
he
you don't
will
understand.
not run for the Labour Party again if MICHAEL LASHLEY represents him. I am fooling you. Because what am I saying? The same fucking Sonia who went to visit him. They want me to openly endorse Lashley
She
yet?
spoke nice about her about that. She said she's going to speak to him.
But you want me to openly endorse Lashley?
You see you're closer than you need to know that Neil's looking to get Lashley to represent him.
And
She
we-
said, no, that can happen. I ain't going to call him. I said, well, do what you can do. What you have to do.
Listen, folks. That was your prime minister cursing with a poor mouth. Poor.
Not only that, the question was asked: do I have to endorse? Do I have to endorse Lashley? Well, you did it last weekend.
Right, that is so true. She said, so what they're going to end up having to endorse Lashley now?
Twice she asked the question. So she's endorsed. He was endorsed over the weekend.
And she endorsed him. Listen, folks, did you hear that a while ago? Would it be bad for me to play it again, Mr. Bob?
No.
When labor leaves, you get a potty mouth, you get a poor mouth. The woman mouth is a potty mouth. And you cannot believe anything that comes out of that mouth. Anything, it should tell you evening. If the prime minister said evening, it is morning. And it should say night is afternoon. And her mouth is a poor mouth.
And there she was questioning the credibility of Michael there.
Yes, it's an old tape. We know it's an old tape, but we're bringing it now because she's talking about MICHAEL LASHLEY in there.
Several things were old tonight. It's not even an old tape. We can't say something is old because your past, if you have a standard, it should not change. The policy and philosophy is something that you hold to, that grounds you. So people say it's an old tape. It is reality. It happened, and we have a right to bring it up. Just like if you play on here, Maria Eargard's reference to a demon dressed in white. If we play on here and recall for Barbadians how concerned Onafa, the late Onafa was, it's the same. That they're old tapes as well. But we want to let people know who they are dealing with, things that they're ignored. And the old tape or the old reference to events that occurred before gives you an idea and allows you to understand who we're dealing with today. And it was not set up. It didn't happen overnight. This has been built over a period of time.
Yes.
Not tape old, it is gold, I tell you.
Yes, he says, no, that tape is gold in relation to Lashley being invited into the party today. They need to be juxtaposed. Correct. Somebody wrote here, Marcia, Lashley's actions demonstrate a total lack of integrity, and that is what has hurt his supporters. That.
Yes, I think that is it. Yeah, what he represented in the face of what we're being faced today. A lot of other people just went along from the DLP and went on, and they just went on. But what he represented as the people's line of defense against this party have them disappointed.
Yes. Dave, the people want to play it one more time because and listen carefully. Make sure we turn up the volume, Dave. Listen, people. Listen, because some of you out there, you never heard it. I could see the comments.
Said, when last you did a criminal case, succeeded something 5 days before Christmas. I said, when last you did a criminal case, succeeded something 5 or 6 years ago. This is reality.
You're fucking the man up.
He's made his choice. And he was bringing so Rob was this about MICHAEL LASHLEY. Let me make it clear. DLP is not paying a cent.
And what you said?
How you comparing?
What you said?
Rob said, I don't mind working with him, but Rob wasn't very positive about that. Somebody's approaching me. Obviously, MICHAEL LASHLEY's been talking. Is he being used?
The politics of it, and
said,
he
you don't understand.
will not run for the Labour Party again if MICHAEL LASHLEY represents him. I am fooling you. Because what am I saying? The same fucking Sonia who went to visit him. They want me to openly endorse Lashley.
She spoke to her about that. She said she's going to speak to him.
But you want me to openly endorse Lashley?
You see you're close and you need to know that Neil is looking to get Lashley to represent him.
And
She said, no, that can happen. I ain't going to call him. I said, well, do what you can. Do what you have to do.
Do it. Start.
She said, do you want me to openly endorse Lashley? Well, you just did.
Over the weekend.
Oh my gosh. But this is where we close tonight, and I wonder if Dave can play the this is your BLP new song. This is a new song of the Barbados Labour Party. The new song of the Barbados Labour Party, When Labour Leads. Here it is, right here on the Marcia Weekes Show. Dave, we ready? If we can play that song, we're going to wait. Yeah? Yes, folks, we're going to get that. We're going to get that played. Tomorrow night, folks, we're going to be back here at 7 o'clock. And we are going to go do a deep dive again. And you know how we do it. We're not going to be doing anything surface. Yes? We're doing a deep dive. Dave, just give me a signal there of what's happening. You can type it. But, Mr. Bob, these are days that we have to, every night we're just going to stay logged on. We're going to bring the truth. We're going to bring the truth to you. And, there's some people listen to this, you want to form a party or you have a party. We're not stopping anybody. People are free to do what it is that they feel comfortable in doing. All right. So we're not playing this one right there. No, we're playing the song. We're playing our song. I'm just teasing. I said I'm teasing. We will never play that song.
We're giving up free mileage. They don't put it on the social media pages. No, we can play the counter.
Yes.
You have a choice.
When you're finished this show, I would like for you to share it before you get off. Share it again. In groups, Mr. Bob, share it out.
Yeah.
Right?
I can do that right now.
All right, so this is where we sign off. Obviously, say everybody.
You say when labor leads, they just succeed. Well, here we now. This the people creed. Let go. Boy, when labor leads, they just bleed. When labor leads, we find we knees. When MIA leads, we don't believe. Same old a gleam. When Labour lead, legends bleed. When Labour lead, we on we knees. When MIA lead, we don't believe. Same old talk, same old scene. When Labour lead, legends bleed. When Labour lead, no room to breathe. When MIA lead, we can't achieve. Tell them now the people grieve. Forward, forward, but who we trust? Forward, forward, still eating dust. MIA leads, same old fluff. We tired now, enough is enough. Forward, forward, but who we trust? Forward, forward, still eating dust. MIA leads, same old fluff. We tired now, enough is enough. When Labour lead, legends bleed. When Labour lead, we turn we knees. When MIA lead, we don't believe. Same old talk, same old scene. When Labour lead, legends bleed. When Labour lead, no room to breathe. When MIA lead, we can't achieve. Tell them now the people grieve. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Oh yeah. When Labour lead, legends bleed. When Labour lead, we find we knees. When MIA lead, we don't believe. Same old talk, same old scene. When Labour lead, legends bleed. When Labour lead, no room to breathe. When MIA lead, we can't achieve. Tell them now the people grieve. When Labour lead, legends bleed. We find we knees. When MIA lead, same old fluff. We tired now, enough is enough.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bob. Great show. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless.